You're not.
No, I'm talking about Twitch.
Holy hell. We are live. Hello and welcome, heroes, to Capes and Crooks. This fantastic, wonderful superhero 5th edition RPG. Today, we've got something super special for you today. Somebody's audio is coming through.
Yep, somebody's audio's going through.
That was not the surprise that I had for you guys.
No, I was trying to link up for the stream on Facebook.
Well, thank you for fixing that. I wanted to give a huge... I just realized that that's... that text is off a smidge. Let's move that over a little bit. So we're going to be doing some fun stuff today. Our game today is going to be using a little bit... something I don't normally do. I usually do Theater of the Mind exclusively, but occasionally, because I've got that heavy player in my group who really loves his combat action and his tactical style play, we're taking a little bit different approach. So we'll be running the Foundry program. I'm going to be honest, we're going to use like a fraction of its capabilities, because honestly, I'm still learning everything it can do. But I'm really excited.
We have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah. So while we probably will use it for an artistic tracking and motif, I guess, we certainly will not be able to showcasing all of its amazing features, which it's got a lot of. The other thing I'd like to announce is we are getting very close to launching our magic 5th edition magic item generator, Whitaker's Well of Magic Items, or Wondrous Magic Items. Did we set a release date on that?
Huh?
What's the release date for Whitaker's? Is that Friday?
Yeah, next Friday.
Next Friday, a week from today, which is the 16th. On April 16th, we'll be releasing Whitaker's Well of Wondrous Magic Items. I swear I wrote it and I know the name. I had a lot of problems before we went live, so I'm kind of distraught at the moment. So I'm really excited for that. Hopefully you'll keep an eye out for that. This Sunday we're going to be talking about Foundry and the virtual tabletop program. So when you're watching this and you have questions, please, please, please ask them so we can figure out how they work if we don't already know it, which is probably likely. So before we get into it, I want to do a little the last time on Capes and Crooks. Our heroes found themselves locked inside of a transport unit, which turned out to be owned by VANE. They were transported to a large facility of VANE, and they had to kind of sneak around to try to find their way out. And they did a pretty decent job for the most part. They did stumble across a few DRT units in the process, and managed to sneak a peek in one of the rooms. Does somebody want to remind the audience what you guys found in there?
A biolab.
Yeah.
And
filled with rows and rows and rows of biotubes containing some sort of suspended animation of people with powers.
That's not great. That's a little weird.
Presumably with powers.
Yeah,
presumably.
some of them were like
weren't totally true.
They were misshapen and stuff. Maybe it was a medical facility. There was a lot of medical stuff. But you guys didn't really hang around a lot, though. Ravus Richter did deviant farming. Ravus Richter did find that the dagger that he's been carrying with him for some time was a piece broken off of one of these containers. Knowing that he was experimented on, it's likely he came from something similar. Maybe these very ones. Who knows? And during their stealthy escape, unfortunately, they decided to look up some information inside the computers and set off some alarms, and found themselves in the entire building in complete lockdown. You were escorted, all the VANE workers were escorted to a kind of shelter area, and you guys ended up kind of moseying on with them as massive like blast shields started covering up the doors and windows and preventing escape or entry into the area, while the DRT units began searching for the entire building for the culprits who illegally accessed the server. That isn't our heroes here at all, right? Because you guys are innocent. Unfortunately, Richter was under the impression that they might end up in one-on-one combat, so he shifted his outfit into his superhero getup. And unfortunately, you need a WD-40 your chair, dude. It's so loud. Our heroes ended up in lockdown in this kind of shelter area as the DRT are systematically going through each and every single one of the people, trying to figure out who it is that broke into the private VANE network. Before we get started, do you guys have any questions?
Can we roll initiative?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Oh, can I just say how awesome this is? So I've been working on another book, except this one isn't a writing. I wanted something utility that I could use instead of scrap papers and a regular notepad. So I put this up on Amazon. It's an RPG journal. Not only does it have like the lined paper, but it's got like little shallow images and faded in the background. Comes with, graph paper, isometric paper, all kinds of good stuff for note taking. So you can check that out. If you're interested, I'll post a link. All right. So everyone is rolling initiative at the moment.
I guess we could just say our roles.
Yeah, you don't gotta use. I haven't gone to the screen yet. I should probably do that.
I don't even know how to roll my initiative. I mean, I know I
Yeah,
read it, but
just roll on your screen. Nope, you can't do that. Just roll on your wherever program you were using before, and we won't worry about it this time.
I mean actual dice.
Yeah, as we learn this new program, I guess. So I'm gonna bring up the screen here. Let me know when you guys start getting your rolls. I've got Richter. Then we've got White Dragon, right?
Other than that, got a 9.
And then we've got Stella Nova.
I got a 9 as well.
Hey.
Then we got
I think Dex is
Chimera.
higher.
What's Chimera and Richter got?
18.
19.
It's Richter, right? Ravus Richter.
Ravus Richter, yep.
AKA Demon Cloak.
Thank you for the post in the chat there, babe. It only went through Facebook, but I'll. Did it read? I don't know if it gets
We're on
retweeted.
Twitch.
It's on
Okay.
Twitch.
Facebook
Awesome.
Comments went everywhere.
It does.
It's
Everyone
just
just
not-
confirmed it.
The reverse. I just can't see any other ones.
All right,
it looks
so-
like you're talking to yourself.
The top of the initiative is Chimera, but before we get right in that, I want to kind of set the scene nice and reminder like. So you guys are in this
Well-
area. The light. What?
I was gonna say, while he has the first on the initiative,
You go- yeah.
I initiated.
You
the
initiated
surprise round.
combat. Yeah, that's right.
Pretty much.
The area is chock full of all the civilians. They are all different VANE workers. The accountants, the scientists, the janitor. Everybody has kind of been shuffled into this area, and all the other containment areas within the
Confines of the room.
Yes, thank you. I'm trying to do two things at once, and my brain's just not smart enough for it.
One at a time.
So I've got the kind of screen up here at the moment. It'll have to do. I'll cover up some of the boxes here so you guys can kind of see what's going on. And there's kind of a bit of screaming there. Richter actually kind of incited a bit of or attempted to incite a kind of a riot, kind of throwing up his hands at how how horrible is it that the DRT just do whatever they want sort of mentality, and we don't deserve this, and a little bit, the check wasn't super strong, but a little bit of, it did infect a few of the people, and they started kind of shouting and throwing some stuff at the crew. It wasn't as successful, but it was enough to draw attention away from him, and our Richter rushed forth towards our oncoming DRT and basically challenged him outright, and that's where we're going to start off.
So I should probably be towards one of the DRT.
Is there any
Yeah.
objection?
Yeah,
for
I'm
me
gonna
to
fix something. Hang on. What's that?
Is there any objection for me to activate Sentinel Shield when I see the incitement part happening? This is gonna go south fast.
You were in a crowd of people last I checked.
And you got a cloak on too, don't you? Like
The
doctor's outfit, the lab outfit.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say I'm gonna, because the way I normally do it is whoever incensed it gets the advantage, and everyone else runs on normal initiative. So I am gonna say that Richter has the first move.
He has the surprise round.
Surprise, mother! With fries.
No.
Yeah, so I need to be in front of a DRT token here, I think.
Yeah, that was my guess
Which is
earlier.
assuming one of these two, I guess.
That's funny. Is that, the people in the audience, I don't usually use one of these. Is that big enough? Can you see what's going on that screen? Do I need to blot out some other stuff to make it bigger? Just let me know.
Yeah, is that good enough for you, Steve? I know you're there.
He is. he's chit-chatting already. I don't usually use one of these. So what actions is our buddy, Demon Cloak gonna take here?
Well, I threw the first punch, so I am using my hands.
All
on a
right.
robot.
What was your attack?
Let's see here. I gotta move this.
Oh, you actually are attempting to use the roll mechanics, or no?
No.
Okay,
Not
just
on
making
that.
sure. I cropped that off.
Because it wouldn't be correct.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
17 to hit.
So as I kind of want to blow one of these up so everyone can see it. So as you you just got the one big power punch?
One big punch.
What was your attack bonus?
It was +5 to attack.
What is your total? I'm an idiot.
It's 17.
All right, and how does this unfold, or do you want me to describe it?
So as the DRT finally was getting towards me, and I was just like, doing its state your business, who are you? I was just like, I'm Demon Cloak, and I punched it right in the face.
I'm done with this shit. So as your hand, how much damage?
I actually hit. Okay, I didn't know I hit.
Yeah, I got to double check. I'm still pulling up the stat block because I was in a hurry.
It is... Wowza, that's not good. 4 damage.
So as you deliver a big, solid, you're confident in your punch, it smashes into solid steel or I need a fantasy metal. Guys, what do we got? We got something. These got to be made out of something special. Deviant fighting.
Durinium.
What is it?
Durinium.
Durinium?
Durinium.
For me.
That's not. Is that made up or is that a thing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
We're gonna call it Durinium. That is the equivalent of our own. What is it? Adamantine claws or whatever. Adamantium.
Yeah.
I think that's the fake one, right? Out of.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's in both Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Star Wars. So yeah.
Adamantium's in like everything.
Well, not adamantium. Adamantine, I think, is
Oh,
in
yeah, that's
everything.
true.
I think there's a slight difference there. All right, so your hand smashes and you leave just a bit of a bloody knuckle on this DRT unit's durimium. Did I say that right?
Duridium.
Durinium coating, and it just kind of hostile force, and you see the little cannon thing pop up out of its shoulder and just points straight down to you. Do you have any other actions?
I
I do have a bonus action. I am going to use my overheat. So, for those who have been here for the first time, it's not just me just literally bursting into flames. It is as if the face of a demon comes off of my back and it engulfs flames all around it. And it would be 5 feet around me. So actually, I may as well just put that in there. 'cause we have that.
Durinium. I love that.
We got 5 feet of fire.
Write that down in the campaign player notes.
Yeah, if anybody's got that open, do that for me, please.
I do.
I've got like 20 windows open. That's not one of them, unfortunately.
Fire. Say I'm just on fire.
Okay, so you're on fire. What is the... Does that catch anybody in it? What is the... Oh, you got it. Okay.
DRT guy, yeah.
Yep, I see it. It's just the DRT. And instantly, what is the save for that? Or is it just direct? It's just damage, isn't it?
I believe it is just damage.
All
I
right.
think we made it a save. My proficiency bonus, so 2 damage. 2 fire damage.
All right. You see his durinium coat... his durinium and reinforced suit of armor or whatever is clearly designed to it appears resistant to your effects. It doesn't seem to be heating up like you would. Like it's designed to diffuse heat.
Expected.
Anything else?
And with that, I end my turn. I'm not leaving combat with this thing.
All right. And now we have Chimera. You just saw your buddy Demon Cloak burst of fire, sending out waves of energy around him, very carelessly, getting close to the innocence around. You see it kind of. His punch doesn't seem to even jostle the creature that much. The fire just kind of dissipates on its durinium armor plate. Thank you. It's durinium plate. What are you gonna do?
Let's see. Okay. His left arm begins to crackle with blue lightning, and he raises his arm up.
Are you in your hero clothes? Just saying.
No, I'm in my disguise.
Okay. I just want to let you know that
And not
disguise...
an alter ego disguise.
He's
okay.
his fake disguise.
I forget that he has like 15.
Yeah. He can get away with a little more.
Yeah, I need to keep track of what I did. So my crackling lightning arm raises up and carefully aimed towards the DRT that Demon Cloak is engaged with, and I say, "Cloak, you need to pull them towards us," and I shoot a lightning strike.
At the same one?
Yep.
It's like 20 feet. That works.
Yeah.
No, it's
Nice.
30 feet.
Well, I'm just saying, like, we have a ruler now. Whee!
Yeah, not really my jam. So yes, that's gonna hit. What's the attack? What was the attack roll? I mean, you're in range.
21.
That's gonna do it.
Okay, that's 1d6. Lightning damage.
Then damage.
5 points of lightning damage.
Nice.
The lightning smashes into this durinium plated automaton, and the lightning kind of skewers and jumps around it. You see its body almost like it redirects, and you see one of these strange like capacitors start to glow as if it absorbs some of the energy, and the attack wasn't as powerful as you expected. Clearly, he's resistant to your attack. So for record, you guys have learned they're resistant to fire and they're resistant to electricity or lightning. What else are you gonna do?
Well, that's not gonna be helpful. Yeah, Austin?
I have a question, actually.
Shoot.
So I have Crackling Body, which gives me the lightning resistance, and a creature that touches you, hits you with a melee attack, or starts its turn or ends its turn within 5 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take lightning damage.
Yes.
Does my hand count as me when I punched it? Does it count as touching it? I don't know if we actually ever went through that. We can say no, and that's totally fine.
I feel like in most cases it's no. because
Yeah, I
I'm
would
gonna say,
think that's
'cause it's
more of a
considered an attack.
it's more of a mechanic description, I think, and
Okay.
defined as a mechanic
Yeah.
that it works when somebody touches you, not necessarily the other way around.
Yes. Okay.
Um,
I
Because
just
I've been
wanted to be
running
clear with
environmental
that.
in my game last couple of games, and that's definitely how it works.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
it's a
I
good
just wanted to
question
be-
though.
I wanted to be positive with that.
Me too. Uh, so
So I do apologize for cutting into your turn.
no, you. That's what you guys got to do. That's why we're playtesting, right? I don't know
Yeah.
all the answers to everything I've designed or borrowed from the SRD.
Okay.
He's asking about this, so I'm gonna actually show. There's actually more than what's on the screen here. So
So you did lightning strike, did some damage. This thing's
some
made of
damage.
literally.
yeah,
Uh-oh. this is a problem for all
So
of us.
you can see all the other
For
stuff
me at
here.
the moment.
But I'm gonna go hide that and just keep it just the one screen.
Wasn't there 3 DRT?
Yes, there
Are we
was.
only seeing 2?
Yes,
Okay.
I only put 2 on here because reasons.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure. It's like I remember there being 3.
Yeah.
And for Chimera's bonus action, his entire body now begins to crack with the same coloration of lightning energy. A blue flash begins to boom throughout the room. Next thing you know, in the place where Chimera was, is a crackling, lightning-based brown bear. He has wild shaped with his bonus action.
Nice. And you combined it with the lightning. Oh no.
Just for flair.
Okay. I was gonna say I didn't know if you had picked that up at level 4 or not. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. That's cool. So you turn into a bear.
Like-
Sorry, I didn't know you were gonna do that. I don't have a bear icon for you, so just bear with me.
Oh,
Haha.
that's terrible. It's fine. We can use my character's icon anyway.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine. He just kind of turns on everything, so that'd be kind of.
Are you gonna
Hard to
stay in
keep
your
up with.
place, or are you gonna move, or?
Let me check. Ooh, I have a speed of 40. So I could move out of. No, I'm gonna get burned if I stand there. If I stand in this corner. Austin, do you see that?
Yeah, if you stand there, you're fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you can see the AOE. It's only 5 feet,
Oh.
so 5
Okay.
feet centered on me, so you wouldn't get hit.
I want Ian's opinion on that. Do you agree with that, or should it be all those squares around him?
I mean,
So here's
personally, considering we're not playing Pathfinder, I would rule it's all the squares.
Because that's. Go ahead.
I was gonna
That's-
say
I-
because like
still
that'd be
mean
10
that-
feet.
So,
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're
Oh,
saying
I
the
guess, yeah.
diagonals are 10 feet.
which I never do.
I don't do that generally, but you wouldn't know that because I never use a fucking grid. So it should be all the squares around you. So if you want to push that out a little bit, see if you
Okay.
I
can
think
go.
it's defaulting. I think it's trying to default to it being a circle.
Yeah, instead of a square. But yes, it would be the diagonals as well. And that would be something that's a great debate in the world of D&D, I think.
And I've seen people debate it very harshly.
Yeah, I don't think you need to redraw the things. Just leave it as is, and we know that those squares are filled.
Yeah, but I can do like. There we go.
That's exactly. There you go. Okay, that works.
7.5, so it doesn't say 10. I don't want it to like
It's-
mislead.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about that. All right.
I'm gonna
Anyways,
get burned if
yeah.
I stand there.
yes.
Okay, so yes, now you would. Okay.
Can you leave that up
Alright.
so we can see it?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to. I redrew it.
Okay, so
Stop drawing shit.
yeah, who's doing Ian?
That'd be Ian.
Okay, so
I figured out if we can still modify it after it's drawn.
You can't, as far as I'm aware.
I'm trying to move my character
So you would go to.
The second one.
Right. So you would go to where the little on the top left there have the top. Is it this one? No, it's this one, right? Yeah. So you would make sure the top two are highlighted, and then you can just kind of drag them and go.
So what? Where are you moving?
I'm moving towards the second DRT unit,
Okay. Can you not?
but I'm having trouble moving my token. Oh, there we go.
Yep, you got it.
He figured it out. Yay! Go team. All right.
How do I cancel selection?
I don't know. Escape.
It depends. What are you? What,
I have.
what's-
Escape.
I have.
Oh, you have a touch. You're doing a touchpad thing, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I don't know. Are you done? We'll move on, and you can figure that
I
out.
am done.
All right. I don't want to slow the game down too much because we're using a VTT. All right. Richter, you're up.
Oh my God, it's my turn again already.
Yep. So
All
you
right.
saw your buddy shoot a bolt of crackling lightning out of his hand, smashing into the DRT. You see a little capacitor start to and charge up on him. Realizing it didn't have about as much effect as your power, you see Chimera swift crack and change, and instantly he turns into a roaring bear as he goes barreling at the other DRT unit.
Okay, so two things have to happen first. Crackling body, so he has to make a con saving throw.
He's gonna fail.
So he takes 2 lightning damage. Well, 1, I guess. And then overheat, so he takes 2 fire damage, or 1, I guess. So
Yeah, so the energy's radiating off you and heating flames and crackling energy, and it doesn't appear to bother this thing. It just kind of looks down at you with its robotic face, and you hear, "Deviant, you have broken deviant code 3987665 blah blah blah." And it starts chaining off this whole entire, quoting parts of this complex thing, and threatens to put you under arrest and requests cease and desist your offensive capabilities, or we will be forced to detain you with lethal force if necessary.
Ooh, it's a rectangle template.
And as it's just saying all these things, immediately the left hook is coming. I'm going to hit it again. Uh-oh, that might not work.
Deviant code 8675309.
Well, this hit might not have worked. I rolled a 14.
That's not going to do it.
Yep.
So as you go to smash into him, a protective barrier kind of emanates from him, and you smash into a force field. It just kind of looks down at you, and it doesn't say anything, but you can tell it's just like, please. If it had a personality, that's the what just came from it.
Ah, jeez.
Anything else?
Let's see.
This is not going very well for you guys at the moment.
Yeah,
Nope.
well.
Of course not. I haven't acted yet.
Well. It's not that bad.
That's funny.
I still have.
What else you got? Anything?
My intent is not to hit it harder than it will hit me. It is to outlast it long enough where I will not die first.
Fair enough. Are you done?
Because that's how I built this character. I'm gonna activate overheat again, and so it's just
Okay.
gonna take another damage. One
Ticking
damage.
away. You do see a little bit of sparks kind of flail, so it does signify that it's not immune to it. But it definitely, its duridium plate armor seems to diffuse. Now I'm going to have to create some tech gear based on duridium and diffusing elements. Maybe that'll be the equivalent of resistance gear, made out of duridium.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
somebody write that down inside the show notes, or in the notes. All right, so this thing is about had it with you at this point. The
I'm
little...
just like literally hitting it. I'm like, oh my god, this thing's impenetrable.
This little, how do you draw those little cone effects? Where is that at? Tile controls.
So go to the second one on the left, and then it's gonna be the one that looks like an arrow, and you just kind of whoop
Second,
Yep.
what on the left? On the token?
on the top left. On
Yep.
the little
I
highlighted
see
areas, go to the thing that looks like a ruler, and then go highlight the one that says cone template. If you hover over.
Oh,
it
yeah,
long
yeah, I
enough,
got
looks
it.
just like
Alright.
an arrow. There you
I
go.
got it. Get all your shit off my
Okay.
screen. Alright, so...
I'm just over here.
This one has a massive, you've seen this before on all the DRT units. It's very common. Its shoulders kind of open up and little like round turrets come out and a spew of golden gas bursts from its shoulders and catches everybody in it. I need Constitution saving throws from everybody in that range. Which,
Including that,
yep,
including
That poor civilian.
yeah, that poor civilian's gonna have to.
Oh
Real
no.
low. I rolled a 3.
Oh no. As the
I rolled an 8.
Oh no. So as you guys see this big puff of gas spew out, it goes dark in an instant, and you are asleep or unconscious, asleep for 1 minute. The effect ends for a creature if it takes damage or someone uses an action to wake it up.
Oh no.
So how do I get rid of that?
You click on the thing again
you
while you have the.
Yeah, you click on the thing, like you
Yep.
highlight it, and then you press delete.
Oh, it's like an effect on the thing. Okay, well that didn't work. It just wants me to reload. There we go. I got it.
So-
All right. So
Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
Does that shut
So
your
with
power
Boston's
off?
effect-
I believe so. I believe I have to be conscious in order,
Okay.
in order to.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I can read real quick, just to be.
Yeah, just
absolutely
let's be
sure.
sure, because I wrote a lot of stuff and I don't remember all of it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just like, how can I make this
Yeah.
work? And then I just kind of move on.
Uh,
Meanwhile, this DRT unit here is not super.
Well, I can't concentrate on overheat, so that I would lose overheat, but I still gain the effects of crackling body.
Yeah. And that was its action, was the knockout gas. The other one is going to it pulls up its arm, and you see where its hands are. The fingers kind of extend and close into a fist, and then you see like a heavy piece of Duridium armor pop over top of it, forming almost like the shape of a like a wrecking ball as it pulls back long and smashes right into poor Chimera. That is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yeah, my AC is 11.
Yeah, as a bear, that's kind of how it goes. The
Bear with
damage. 10 cool points to Ian. That is going to be 7 points of damage as it smashes into you. And it makes this kind of, you have been warned, you will all be arrested. All citizens, please evacuate. This area is dangerous. I repeat, and it just kind of goes on this kind of traditional alert as it smashes into you.
Well, that woke me up.
Right? Yeah, it did, didn't you? Because you were knocked out.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I guess now you're awake again. So we.
Oh, dumb robot.
No, that was dumb me because I forgot he was asleep already. So that was 100% on me.
Let's go dumb robot.
Yeah, no, the robot would know that. That was a dumb DM. Dude. I'm gonna accept
also-
full failure.
Also, for the DRT that's in front of me, he took another round of. Well, he has to roll for the con save because of the crackling body because he started his turn there.
Yep.
No, this is the.
And
isn't
the
this
overheat.
It's the
turn
other
of
one.
Other one?
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is,
but he did that. He did the whole cone effect thing, right?
yes, he did. Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So he has to.
He failed. One more
Okay,
damage.
so 2 more damage.
2 more damage.
Yeah, because of the overheat. He started his turn there. I wasn't unconscious until then.
Right. I got you. All right. So so that's that thing's action, and now the people are starting to freak out. The alarms are going off. So each one of them just starts kind of running around in all different areas, trying to do whatever they can to try to escape the area. And you notice a couple of them stop over here on the side during their attempt to get out and get free. and they start pushing some buttons on these little control panels. I don't know if I can ping that, but when they do,
My knowledge.
I'm the same way.
over a big broadcast, you hear auto defense activated.
Oh crap!
And auto turrets spring out of the ceiling just above these control panels.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
And they just come sliding out, like, they come down as big poles, and then they, like, spin and twist, and then bend over, or they, like, lean over and open with 2 giant cannons, all targeted on you guys. Currently targeted specifically on the nearest person, which is both Chimera and Stella Nova. And the people begin moving around as they run to safety or try to escape the havoc. Because they don't know what to do. They're just trying to get away or get out of here. So top of the next on the initiative is Stella Nova. Oh wait, no, White Dragon. Sorry, I think he has a higher dex, doesn't he?
Yeah.
White Dragon.
We need to get out of here.
Well, everything's in lockdown right now, so
Yeah, there's no out of here.
Correct.
what's that?
I assume this door to the south is also on, like, lockdown.
Yep, and that's the only door that you guys have been able to find in this shelter area.
How high up are the turrets?
Oh, they're shit. I didn't actually plan that out. Let's say they're 20 feet in the air. This is a big building, a big company. This is a pretty big room. I'm gonna say they're 20
fair.
feet up.
That's fair.
And they're out of range, so somebody can't just do one of these things and play with them.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you can kung fu sail through the sky, I guess, if you wanted to. I
Not
do.
my current powers.
I do want to make it. Well, never mind. I don't have to make it clear because everyone says that battle maps make it really easy to understand what's going on. So I'm just gonna zip my lip. All right. What are you gonna do, White Dragon?
All right, I'm gonna use prediction, targeting the DRT unit next to Dark Cloak.
Okay.
The bonus action, which basically means on my next attack, I have advantage.
Okay.
And move up. Punch it.
As we should.
All right, the
Focus
highest
on
roll
those
is going
dice.
to be a 16.
That's not gonna do it.
Okay.
So as you dash into this with a flying dragon kick, you smash directly as it defends itself with its arms, and these little, like, tiny barriers appear around it. You're starting to notice that it's got these little, like, I don't want to call them eyes, but little orbs around its body, these little lights, where the shields are temporarily projected. And you smash directly into one. It says, it responds with, you have your act of aggression will force hostile response.
All right. And I do yell to the civilians, take cover on the north side of the room.
Ooh, I like that. Give me a persuasion check.
Ah, yes. Charisma. My worst stat.
Well, you got lucky. It's only a
My
13.
best stat.
All right. I believe I rolled a 8.
That's not going to do it. So, as you're shouting, a couple of them actually do hear you. So I'm going to move a couple just so I don't forget that begin to make their way back that way. But most of them are still trying to plow towards the door.
Isn't that locked, though?
Yeah, but
Yep.
guess what people do when they're freaking out?
And I do something stupid?
Yeah, which is run to the only locked door. That's the only thing I could think of that made rational sense, right?
Yeah.
So, all right.
Instead of running around aimlessly.
Yeah, right. Anything else?
I want to do that yet. No, because I don't have that going. No. I think, actually, I will finish my movement and end here.
Okay. Stella Nova, you just saw several of your buddies went unconscious for a second. 2 massive turrets dropped out of the ceiling and are now aiming towards you guys. And as far as you can tell, the solid flying kick that dragon just did to this DRT didn't seem very effective. What are you gonna do?
So, yeah. So my first question is, I don't remember. I don't think I put on my superhero
You
gear
didn't.
last episode.
Nope.
So, am I being currently targeted,
Uh,
or am
you,
I blending in with the crowd?
I would say, unless you've taken active aggression, there's no reason to assume that you are in immediate trouble.
All right. So, does there seem to be a control panel near the door?
Give me a perception check. Investigation
Okay.
check.
Investigation. Don't fail me now, dice. Yeah. So that looks like 20.
Yes, you do spot a control panel, but it's not like, it's mostly just a handprint to open, and it's flashing red at the moment, and it doesn't have any other sort of like buttons or anything to that you can see. But it appears to be a biometric scanner.
You know, you said there were control panels by the turrets. as
Right below
well.
them, yep.
Where are those at?
They're right below where the turrets are. There was two people that ran and
Oh, I see.
touched
Yeah,
on some stuff, and then poof, they came down. When it said auto defense is activated.
All right. Well, my first instinct is going to be to try to hack the control panel, but it doesn't seem like that will be doable without somebody else potentially.
Why do you think
I'll have
that?
to wait.
As a player, or do you think your character feels that way?
I mean, if there's nothing on the screen, you know, or no other buttons or a way to access.
Oh, you mean for the
panel,
door, right?
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't. Stella doesn't think it's impossible, but because there's no interface, it would be very difficult, but not impossible.
Sure.
I want to make sure that that's clear.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So I think what should probably do then. Man, I have to be the furthest away from the control panels, huh?
Well, there's enough room to
Uh,
get to them. I mean, there's people in the way, but
Right. I just don't know if I'll have the movement to do that.
that's true.
That's the idea. Yep. So I am gonna try to. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can. Look at that. You're
Oh,
good.
Heck yeah.
You run into
I'm gonna do
DRT,
that.
but you know.
Yeah, you'll have to run through his space, so he'll get a whack at you. But other than that,
Oh, he doesn't know that. Right? DRT.
You're
just said they
right.
haven't aggroed the DRT.
right? Because Stella hasn't taken any actions yet.
Against the DOTs, though.
Right. She's just
So
moving with the
I'm gonna-
crowd.
That's right. So I'm gonna rush over to that control panel and see if I can hack it. What I want to do is I want to see if I can retrain the turret to shoot at the DRT.
Ooh, that's smart. Why don't you take an inspiration for that? All right. Can you move your token there, or do you need me to?
I'll see if I can. I should be able to. Yep. Right there.
That's one space too far, I think.
Yep, you would be
One of the two
one of
next
these
to.
two.
Okay.
Right here.
We'll go there.
Yeah, it'd be 35. Can't quite
Cool.
do that.
All right.
All right.
You went there.
Yep, she's good.
Yeah.
All right, so you run up, you quickly look up, you see these things coming out of the ceiling.
Wonder.
You know that it's a big threat. Your team is struggling with the DRTs that are there. So you quickly dash and push yourself through the group of people there to get to this control panel. it's got the hologram is kind of, you swipe a little bit, very much Tony Stark style, right? You're flipping through the holograms. You got the little keypad in front of you. Do you use your integrated tools?
Oh, heck yeah.
All right, give me a tool check. I don't know what that's referred. The technology check.
The tech check.
Yeah, I don't know that I've actually given a.
Technology.
I gotta make a tool for that.
Can I use my inspiration on this roll?
Yes, you can.
Alright. Oh, yes. So that ends up being a 24.
All right, so you dash over this thing. You're swiping left and right. You hold out your hand. Your nanobots kind of dribble down your hand and start crawling into the machine. You're pressing some keyboards. You've managed to make it to the. You found the critical controls for the machine, and you have ran into the firewall. Doing this check. Yeah, I'm going to say you've made it into the system right now, and you've got to the firewall, but it'll take another check to penetrate through the firewall. We're going to turn this into a skill challenge, so it'll take several successes more than failures in order to overcome the controls on here. And so that is one success.
Oh boy.
Do you want me to keep rolling or do?
Nope, it's gonna be systematic. So either it's gonna take you once a turn, or somebody needs to come and help you to speed it up. Obviously, you're
I know nothing of tech, and I'm busy.
All right. So you're able to get in there. You quickly start to understand kind of how the system works, and you do learn that this isn't the only room that's currently stockpiled with civilians and DRT units. As you're kind of scanning and trying to break into the system, you do kind of pull up some of the feeding holograms of some of the other chambers and other rooms. You see that the DRT are actively scanning every individual in the process. So not only have they found you guys, but as you're scrolling through the rooms, you see one, and you see a small little furry critter in one of the rooms that there's 2 DRT in, that it's only a matter of time before they catch Snitch as well. I think that's everything. That's your move and your action. Did you have any questions in regards to what you see on the monitors?
I don't think so at the moment, but can I use or can I try to see if I can find somebody nearby who maybe was inspired by Richter's riot to maybe help me with the control panel?
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Not bad. You got to beat a 12. That should be easy.
Yeah, I got.
Good.
Yep, I got a 20.
Nice. So you turn over to one of the people kind of cowering in the corner right next to you. And what do you say? It's an elderly man. His hair is receding quite a bit, but he still has a head of hair, wrinkly kind of face, very dark skin, brown eyes. He's kind of cowering in the corner, hoping he doesn't get shot or something. And you turn to him, and what do you say?
I'm gonna say, hey, it's super dangerous right now, and the DRT is not making that any better. Can you help me with, or would you be able to help me with this so that we can basically shut things down and walk out of here alive?
Sure, you want to shut it down, eh? Well, I definitely would like to see my grandchildren. Little Jenna, I miss her, you know. He kind of looks around. He sees kind of the hysterics going on. He's like, yes, I think I can help you. And he's going to waddle on over and begin assisting you. And we're going to give him a tech check.
Right.
As he starts running his fingers through it, he sees all your little devices. And he says, "Oh, that's interesting. I haven't seen nanotech used in such a way in a while. Very intriguing." And he starts going. He says, "Oh, I see. It looks like we have an issue here, as they seem to have updated the firewall since I last was in here. It's going to take a moment to get through. But with your help, I think we can do it quickly." And he did fail, so that is one failure. One success and one failure.
Oh.
I gave him a +5, but I rolled a 3, so sorry.
That happens.
All right, so anything else, Stella?
That's it.
All right, top of the initiative is Chimera? Chimera.
So he is wrestled awake by the slam of that DRT unit that woke him from unconsciousness.
It's just like, oh my god, that hurt.
You have
Yeah,
your stomach is churning and you're kind of nauseous from the impact.
He gets up because he was unconscious, so he was
Yep.
kind of prone.
Takes half your movement to get up. Yep.
So
Or 15
he
feet.
is going to use his action to multi-attack,
Okay.
which is one with its bite and one with its claws.
Not bad.
Does it have to be in order?
No. You can do it however you want.
No. Alright, I'm gonna do the claw attack first. +6. Why you fail me now, huh? That's an 11 to hit.
The creature says, "Shifter, return back to your innate form. Now."
And he goes for, and as he was shaking his head, he just goes in for a bite attack.
All right.
Why? That's a 14.
As you try to bite into him, you see the little red glow on his arm. He puts it up, and a small energy barrier appears in, and you bite on nothing but this energy barrier. As you see the cartridge, his lights kind of dim a little bit. And he says, "Lethal enforced will now be engaged." Anything else, Chimera?
No.
All right. Richter, I think. Yep.
Yeah. I'm sleeping right now.
Yeah, nobody's
Oh,
woke
that's
you up.
right.
Yeah, not even that civilian standing right next to me, about 5 feet
Why?
away.
Why would they?
That's a good point.
You're the reason this is happening.
Yeah, but some of them liked me. I was hoping maybe that was the one.
Yeah, you're asleep for a minute.
Yeah, so far
you
it's
said.
been one. We'll even put it in here. It's been 1 minute, 1 foot. So well, it's been.
So
one,
what
one round.
is going through as Richter is knocked out? Tell me a bit about his memories from when he was experimented on that are seeming to coming to him that he didn't know before.
Let me actually look back to the note here.
Back in time.
So he remembers, as it's all kind of coming back to him, he doesn't remember a whole lot. It's all fragmented. It's all like flashes that are just happening like almost second after second. And the first one he notices is he's crawling on the ground. He doesn't know. Like glass is everywhere. There's this green fluid all over the ground, and he seems to be crawling towards something. He notices the little dagger piece, and then it flashes again. He sees a man who could be Jaden Faso. We don't know. And then just continuously, just
Yes.
nonstop, just like a photo reel of just him just either being stuck in the tube, just barely outside of the tube, or just very, very like afterwards of all the experiments. It doesn't remember
So-
anything before then.
But he can see something. Describe the face that he can see on the other side of the glass from the tube.
Guy has a lean face. Not a very like not all like it's very like a tall kind of face.
Do you need some help?
Yeah, that'd be great.
He has a small mole just underneath his left eye. And he has kind of sandy blonde, dirty blonde hair. And he's actually surprisingly young. Make sure you write that down so you know you can look for that.
Working on that now.
Thank you.
Yep. And I guess that. 'cause
And
I
then,
didn't count
yep.
this. There's no recurring save, correct?
Not for sleep, no.
Okay.
Sleep's a real bitch. It really is. But it's also the most appropriate power for these guys. So, all right. So because you're down, he is going to move this way. How did you guys did the little ruler thing?
Shouldn't I be right here?
What?
Shouldn't I be right here?
Yeah, you should be.
How'd you get over there?
Don't know.
I don't know
Well,
either.
he's still gonna move here and take that opportunity attack. Yeah, I'm gonna move him right there.
Okay. That's not gonna work.
What the heck?
My dice hate me today.
So as it kind of retreats, it walks in the back and it holds up its hand, and you see this set of kind of little cannons kind of peer up over its shoulder, and another one pop up out of its wrist, and you recognize it as an integrated blaster rifles, and it is going to blast at you, White Dragon, with a 14. Does that hit? No? Yay? Okay. So as the blasts are coming at you, White Dragon, you kind of read the trajectory of its blast, and you hear the as it charges up and sends a blue bolt streaking at you, and you do kind of a matrix dive backwards as several blasts just pass over top of you, right, and smash right into the wall behind you, and you see that a segment of the wall kind of blows out, and you can see like pipes and wires and stuff running up through the wall as it starts sparking. This one here is going to move to the opposite side of. Actually, no, it's not. It knows exactly what Miss Stellanova is trying to do. So it's going to release its sleeping gas. Its little slots open up in its duranium chest, and little tubes pop out and release a puff of gas. I need Constitution saving throw. And it gets the two. It gets both of them, and your doctor buddy is knocked out.
I got a 10.
You collapse to the ground. You and the
Oh,
doctor
no.
fella. You know what I can do? I think, how did I do that before? There we go. He's knocked to the ground.
That's awesome.
This one too. All right.
Yeah, that's right. He got caught in the blast.
We
Yeah.
do have. There is an unconscious.
Yeah, there's a little
tag.
thingy, but
I kind of gave you one, but
where's that at? Is it under the little drop-down
It's-
toggle combat? No, that's toggle combat.
Yeah,
it's,
the top
right-click
one.
and assign status effects. So you right-click on the individual. There's a little top right one that says assign status effects, and this is the second one from the top to the
Oh,
right.
I see it. Huh. That's cool. That just says prone. Restrained. paralyzed, stunned, asleep. You're asleep. I'm not going to do that for all of them, but that's cool. Anyway, so they all pass out, and so does our poor Stella Nova, as she was in the middle of hacking into these little computer things. At this moment, several of the workers that did listen move that way a little bit. That heeded white dragon's call. The rest of them are going to move a little bit towards this door here and try to make their way towards the exit that they can't actually get to. All right.
Yay.
All right. So, at this point, the turrets come online and start taking pot shots at people. So I need everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no!
As they just start kind of pew 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 across the room.
I have a 0.
If
in
you're
this form.
unconscious, it's an automatic hit, I think, which I guess works because it knocks you. Well, actually, I don't know. Would they?
Would they fire on something?
I don't
that's not
think they
moving?
would. I don't think they would fire on something that's unconscious.
Safe.
So yeah, if you're unconscious, you're safe. Which
I rolled a 9.
that's not gonna do it.
All 21.
The irony of the situation is because I'm asleep, I don't get shot at,
Which would wake you up.
which would wake me up.
So they've got like biosensors and everything that can read stability and everything like that. All right, so it is 7 damage on a failed save and half as much on a success. Radiant damage as it begins blasting lasers. You see.
My form is starting to look hurt.
What'd you say?
My form is starting to look hurt.
Got little like razor burns all over you, or laser burns.
Pretty much.
It is now Stella Nova's turn, who is now passed out. What is it? Stella has gone unconscious in the middle of this hectic moment. What is the thing that appears to her appears to her? What memory? The one that she chose, the moment that she decided to be a hero. Do you want to tell us about that? As she recalls this very vivid vision or memory.
Yeah, Stella had kind of gotten into her first semester of college and had started making some really close friends. Through those friends, kind of learned and started to expand her viewpoints. Started going with them to some protests within the city. Protesting different social injustice situations. And during some of these protests, she had noticed very quickly that law enforcement wasn't particularly on side of the protesters. And would regularly heckle and or instigate situations with protesters in order to stop or silence them. In one of these situations specifically, one of her friends were actually ended up getting into, or were kind of like unjustly, unfairly provoked into an altercation with law enforcement and was taken into custody. And so during that situation, she felt incredibly helpless. Like
Wow.
she couldn't do anything to, assist her friends to really stand up for what she believed was right, and that provoked her into this mentality of, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and she needed to be able to combat that in her day.
That is an awesome hero story, by the way. I don't know if I've told you that. I love that. So, all right, you're snoozing as lasers be flying. Top of the initiative is Chimera. The area is getting desperate. You just saw Stella Nova get knocked unconscious after attempting to hack into the laser cannons. What are you going to do?
Multi-attack.
Okay.
Oh, we have some very poor teamwork here.
You don't say.
It's not the first time this has come up.
Yeah.
My bite is gonna miss, but my claw attack is a 20 total.
That'll do it.
Okay, claw attack. That is 2d6 plus 4. And 2d6 plus 4. Oh. That is 12 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
Pretty
Your
good.
steely claws penetrate deep into the what is it?
Duridium.
Iridium.
Duridium?
Mm.
Is it a D in there or an N? Durinium or duridium?
I thought the
D.
T.
DT doesn't matter. The point is we
Not
have
an
a
N.
Chicago accent.
Duridium. You claw in and parts. You leave little scratches in the duridium, and it kind of just it stumbles back from the weight of your blow. As you try to retaliate with a bite, it kind of just pushes your head off to the side with a big slam, and causes you to miss. Anything else, Chimera?
Nope.
Alrighty, Richter. You see
Still
the,
dreaming.
you see the a vision flashes in, and it's much later. You're not sure how you know, but this seems to have taken place months after the last vision that you just experienced. The person with the mole under his left eye is now tapping on the glass. He's got a big smirk, and you see bunches of shadows, people in similar outfits standing in like a semicircle around your tube, and you see him reach up. After he knocks on it, he presses a button, and this current of energy rushes through you, shocking you in pain, forcing you to release a pent-up energy inside of yourself, and this dark cloak of blackness surrounds you, and you can see just barely through it. You can see the people clapping. The pain that is coming from this process is excruciating. You just can't wait for it to end, and they're just clapping. You see people break open what looks like a wine cork bottle, almost in celebration as you are being tortured, as this pain is rushing through you. He pulls his hand off one of the buttons, and the pain subsides, and the dark shadow of energy kind of dissipates. He turns and he hits another button, and that pain returns, except this time, instead of a black shadow, crackling lightning starts leaping from your body in all directions, and you are in just such a pulses of numbing pain, everything around your body, leaving you unable to really feel anything after a few moments. But in your head, you're immediately thinking this could be a good thing, as what goes from a torture to a dull numb. And they once again are celebrating whatever it is. You're barely in and out of consciousness. These people, they're celebrating your torture. How are you feeling? What is going through your mind right now?
I know that I would be normally seething in rage because of all the torture, but I'm just biding my time. It's gone past anger, and it's gone maybe even like a cold hatred where it's just to the point where I know if I just survive here long enough, I will become so strong that none of them will stop me.
I like that. Very cool. All right. The DRT are up. They're beginning to.
Hooray for sleep time!
You've got allies, man. Sorry,
I
can't
know.
help you. Sleep sucks. It really does. Everyone
That's true,
says
too.
how everyone says how horrible sleep is as a spell, but it is so potent. Well, in this case, it's not a spell; it's a power. But you get what I mean.
Yeah. No, I guess
More
what you're saying.
important than Steve's joke.
I don't. What his overseer oversight? That's funny. All right, so the DRT are readying to take another whack at it, I guess. This one is going to move away up to here, and you
Op
can go
attack?
ahead and take your op attack.
Confirming with the stats. That is a 23 to hit.
Yes.
2d6 plus 4 from the claws. Oh, that's a 7.
As it's running away, you're able to kind of swipe your burly claws at it, and you get a nice good catch around its calf, and you loud scraping of your claws against metal as it gets away. They get really. He's in the wrong spot. You should be next to him. They get side by side to each other, and they hold up their little shoulder cannons, pop up, and start sending barrages of laser blasts at White Dragon. Woo! We got a crit! I mean, I shouldn't be celebrating
no.
that.
Oh.
I'm still a player. I get excited when I roll a 20. And a 13, so that's not bad. So what is the attack bonus? This is rough, you guys.
Sure, it's not going as planned.
Plus 5. It's going exactly how I planned it.
It's fair.
Plus 4. 2d6.
Unlike the rest of us.
2d6. 4. 9.
Well, I knew the minute the lockdown happened, it wasn't going to be pretty.
12. 17 plus 3. 20 points of damage from the crit attack. 4. 9. And another 11.
I thought only one attack hit me.
Oh, I guess I just assumed the other hit because you didn't say it hit you. I already forgot what it was. What was that? 20 damage then. I guess I didn't ask, does that hit? But I just assumed you would say that doesn't hit or whatever. So 20 damage as both the laser cannons pop up and start just releasing blasts. You're doing your best to twist and dodge and jump and leap to avoid them, but unfortunately you're unable to. Once again, several blasts miss and pierce the wall behind you, kind of opening a small hole in the steel wall, and you can see electrical circuits sparking and pipes kind of running through the walls. The workers begin scrounging around. They're starting to make their way back more towards the thing. The few that were actually, there was a couple that listened to you, didn't they? I'll move them all the way back up here.
Yeah.
Yoink.
Drones moved that
They
way.
are effectively out of line of fire.
Unless they miss.
Yeah, well, you know.
All right, and these other guys are just napping, so they ain't going nowhere. All right, let's. Man, all right, y'all just okay.
Yeah.
Stella Nova. So you and your sister are vacationing. Where would you go vacation at?
Hey, aren't I before Stellanova?
Yes, you are. I'm sorry.
Okay, this is going to require a cunning action on my part.
Okay. Disengage or what?
I'm
Sure.
moving all right.
Are you dashing?
Yep.
Or it's Stella Nova.
I'm making sure I'm stepping on everybody who's asleep.
I thought waking somebody up required an action, unfortunately.
It does.
Yeah.
It literally says someone uses an action. But I'll tell you what. I think that's pretty creative, so I'm not going to let it go unrewarded. I will let them make a Constitution saving throw. If they get over a 10, I'll let them get up. But just so you know, that's not the way it normally works.
Yeah.
I am just a benevolent DM. Overseer.
At
Yes,
least
you are.
Something.
So you both of you roll a D10, D20, and if you get more than 10, add your con modifier, you wake up.
I'm awake!
I'm alive!
I have
I'm
no
gonna try
longer
to punch-
subsided.
And now punch this guy.
I should have made you still use your action, bastard.
What cutting action was for?
I know, but yeah.
Alright, does a 13 hit.
That's not going to do it.
Dice hate me today.
As you do a Chuck Norris level roundhouse kick, did you get up, Stella?
I did not. I got a 4.
Oh no. You do a Chuck Norris level roundhouse kick, and the thing just its arm goes and catches it in mid flow and gets a hold of it. It kind of and looks down at you, and then lets go, and your foot just drops. Clearly, the duridium that these are made out of is very tough indeed. One of the hardest metals known to the planet of Terra. In case you didn't know, that's what I decided it was. Thanks, Seth, for that, because I thought that was perfect. All right, so with a gasp of breath, Richter, you wake up as you just see a flash of white leaving you, and the back of his boot is right in your face as he's dashing over top of you. Stella Nova's gonna wake with a bruise. All right, anything else, White Dragon? Nope, that was it. That was 3 actions, wasn't it?
I used everything.
Stella Nova. So you and your sister are vacationing. You're seeing this memory. Your parents are there. Where are you at? And tell me, and what is it you and your family are doing? And how old are you?
Yeah. So, I think that we would probably be, if we're vacationing, probably be kind of like a beach vacation. And it wasn't really Stella's pick or Elowen's pick. It was her more of her sister's pick. If Elowen was to choose a vacation spot, it would probably be somewhere near like a convention for mechanics or something like that.
But
Science convention.
Right? How does Stella feel about that, though?
I think she's okay with it because she sees that her sister's really happy about it, and just is trying to enjoy the time with her sister.
Has your sister been given a name?
Yes, I need to look it up though.
Please do.
It's Leah.
Leah looks up at you and she says, and I'm sorry if you already have a personality made up for her, do you?
Not really one fleshed out.
Big sister, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Do you know what it is you want to be?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
I know, it's so important, I think, with Mom and Dad pushing us and everything. I think that it's important to kind of know where we're supposed to be going. But I'm not sure where I'm going, so I was curious if you knew where you were going.
Yeah, it's really tough, especially having so many expectations on us, growing up to do things well and to have a good life. But where I want to personally be versus where I feel like I'm being pushed to be, I don't know if those two things match up so well. I think that if we were to put a timeline, 10 years, something like that, I don't know. I would like to be doing some things in mechanics, but I don't really know quite what that looks like yet.
You would be so good at that. You're so smart. That's perfect.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun just to play around with different things and engineer some things, but you know, I don't know where my niche is with that yet.
Well, I'm sure whatever it is, you'll figure it out. I know that all I know is that I want to go. I want to go away from here. I heard that that new city has a pretty good school in it. The Cobalt City that VANE built.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah. I think it would be fun to go there. Don't you?
I think it would be really great.
But
Get some greater perspective beyond what we've always had growing up. Feel so boxed in sometimes.
do you think Mother and Father will be angry with us? Leaving home and everything.
I don't know that they'll be angry. I just don't know that they'll be approving. You know, I don't think it'll be what they want us.
And that's what I'm afraid of, I think. And she kind of just looks down, takes a deep breath, and the vision fizzles. Chimera. Stella Nova is still unconscious. Several people are unconscious. White Dragon is having some difficulty, and it looks like Richter just woke up, and he's kind of recovering from a loss of wind. What are you gonna do?
He's a
So
little
I'm
angry.
gonna use
Little
my movement to get right next to Stella Nova,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna use my action to wake her up. And here's how I'm gonna flavor it. I'm going to bear roar at her.
Yes!
Just
You release
Like, oh
this
my
just
God.
big, massive bellow, and the person next to you, her also wakes up. I forgot how to turn that. There it is. So both Stella and this dark-skinned older man, they both kind of like they fell out of bed. They're like, whoa, hey, whoa, whoa, one of those things.
Like Hulk waking up Iron Man.
Yes! I want shawarma. It's the first thing that he says when he wakes up. Do you guys like shawarma? I want some shawarma. All right. Very cool. Anything else? You still have movement and a bonus action left.
Let's see. I moved diagonally, so what? That's like 10 feet.
It tells you exactly how far, man. I don't know. You went to-
take
it's
the
a-
ruler.
Yeah, is that where you were at? 10 feet right there?
That's contemplate. That's
Yeah.
right.
I got it.
Yeah.
I think that's
It's
where
on the
you're at.
It's on the character-looking one, and you go to the ruler and just whoop.
I'm glad we got an expert
Oh.
here because I'm still learning all this stuff.
Nope, not that one.
Okay. This,
So the
Yeah.
character one. So go to the top left one,
Steve says, "Oh, Stella,
One from
what
the
will
top.
Father say?"
and then you go to the one that looks literally like a ruler.
okay.
And then you
On
just
the right.
drag it.
There you go.
Okay. I'm gonna use my 20 feet to. That's the one. The one that I would land right in front of. That's the one I attacked, right?
Dude,
I've been
honestly,
attacking.
I don't remember. I didn't give them different names 'cause I thought I would keep them separate, but I didn't. So let's give this guy a 1 and say it's this one.
Yeah, that's the one you attacked. Was the one on the left.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll use my movement there. And
DRT2. There. Yes. The one on the left.
Okay. How do I delete this ray?
I don't know.
So-
Escape.
You click on the ruler that's on the left.
It's like a
and
right
you click on that, and you delete it. You click delete. On it, of course.
Well,
You have to select.
Actually, this was the ray.
do your
So I
turn,
may-
and then you can get rid of all that shit when it's somebody else's turn. Go ahead. Finish up. Are you done? You're done,
Well,
right? That's it.
I'm done. I used my action to wake her up.
Awesome. All right, so now we're going to Richter. You wake up, and the last thing you see is a big giant boot print from White Dragon. You kind of stumble to your feet as you hear a big bellowing roar, and you see Stellanova kind of shuffling around, getting up. Something about shawarma from another guy. And you see the big burly bear chimera charge at one of the DRTs. What are you going to do?
I look over, I'm like, I hope that's Chimera, not an actual bear.
I guess he was sleeping and didn't notice.
God, I really...
Actually, he transformed before you went unconscious.
Yeah, I was busy
He's
fighting
had
the
visions.
DRT.
He's confused. It's fine.
Yeah, I
But
was
you've
really
seen
being
him.
tortured.
But you know the electrical power that's
Yeah.
coursing through the bear.
Thank you.
No,
You've
gonna
seen that
go-
in Chimeras.
it's a happy convenience.
Yeah, I'm gonna run straight up behind the... Well, yeah, you're awake, so you're good. Forget. Yeah, I'm just gonna run up right beside this guy right here.
Yeah, you just ran through a wall, just so you know.
Well, they did it.
Did they? I thought. Well, maybe they
Yeah,
did.
we all did.
No, those
Yeah.
are supposed to be walls. Damn it!
Well, you broke the law first.
Hey,
The law
I
is
made the
physics.
laws, quite literally.
What do you
So
want
what?
from me?
So
I'm just
these
giving you a hard
are
time.
walls?
Yeah.
This is like the first time this has come up.
Remember when I said,
Yeah.
"Hey, I should describe this to you," but since maps tell you everything, I shouldn't need to. That was it.
Well, then how did they get in there?
The little you ran right not through the little things like a little raised
Oh.
dais, but the
so
little
you're
four
saying-
little cardinal direction things are solid like pillars with
Okay.
writing and shit on them.
Got it. Okay, that makes more sense then. Okay.
And you can still do this.
Go around, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just
yeah.
I was being a hard ass about it. It's fine.
Yeah, I still get there regardless.
Whatevs.
But in this case, I do. In other cases, if they were maybe a little thicker, I probably would not have. But
It
that's
might
okay.
help if we all focus on one guy. Just saying.
Well, that would require me to be right there, and then I'm within two of them. I don't know if I want to do that. Far enough being in front of just one, and I have AoE moves. I don't want to catch you guys on fire.
Your build totally reminds me of the Human Torch. Like he has to
I'm over here.
he has to fight
Do it.
away from people.
Yeah, I have to make sure
Yeah.
I don't catch everyone on fire.
Oh, you're gonna set this whole guarded place ablaze.
So anyway,
Hey,
well, that's fine. That's fine. That's part of the plan. The plan that I'm currently running with. So, first things first, I'm gonna deck this robot for putting me to sleep. So it's unarmed strike time. That unarmed strike did not work.
Oh, that's so cool. I think I just made it dark. I'm sorry.
You did.
It's going dark and I don't know how to make it stop. Oh, there it is. I got it. We're good. I didn't know
So,
it was going to do
So she
Uh,
keeps screwing around with stuff you didn't know how it works in the middle of a game.
So I totally just ran up on this thing and I tried to do a spinning roundhouse kick into it, and all I hit was the shield. And I'm like, man, these fucking shields are thick. And then it's overheat time. So it is it's fire.
Overheat!
And the face of the demon is back.
It's very weird. I clicked the transition to light, but it's still dark. So all the laser blasts have knocked out the lights
Okay.
Sure.
until I figure it out.
So yeah.
That's fine. I can
This is
roughly
all-
see it.
Ablaze. And that DRT thing is currently...
Oh, we're
it
good.
doesn't get
I think I figured it out. We're good.
Yeah, it doesn't get electrocuted because it doesn't happen on my turn. Only happens on their turn.
Okay.
Who needs light when it's all on fire?
Yeah, I'm the light now, so...
Well, he did cast his light in it. He made it go up. Yeah, no, there's like daylight and transition settings, and
That's really cool.
I had planned to use it, but I was like, I didn't actually test it, so I don't know if it works. And I was like, oh, if it just goes off, I'll turn it back on. But then it stayed off, and I'm like, crap.
Yeah,
All right, so I'm sorry, I was so caught by that, I totally wasn't paying attention to what you did at all.
So, in short, spinning roundhouse kick into its arm. It blocked it because fuck robots.
Yeah, bastards are designed to fight your kind.
Yeah, and then so I set everything on fire. As
Okay,
usual.
just so you know, the whole area inside the green where you're at is on fire now. which means everything standing in one of those squares takes 1d4 fire damage at the start of its turn, or when it enters the area for the first time.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're fine.
Anything
Something
else?
I do.
Are you done, Richter?
Good action surge, I guess. But
Oh yeah, we have that.
yeah, we have action surge, me and you.
So are you doing anything, or are you done?
Nah, I'm done.
All right, so they are going to both move away, and you
Oh,
guys will get.
Start of their turn, they still take the damage.
Yep,
right?
yep. Yeah, well, that one doesn't. It's not in the area,
Yeah,
is
but
it?
it's literally on the fire area, isn't it?
Well, no, just the
No,
squares you're
not the
in.
one front of me.
Just the squares you're in. Right where your
Right.
purple is, all that green stays on fire even if yours goes out.
Oh, okay, that's what you're saying.
It basically lit the area in where you were standing on fire.
That
So
makes more
they're gonna
sense.
move away.
Up attack on the one in front of me.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, they both
Yeah.
get an op attack.
Yep, and you get one as well. Richter,
Yeah.
all three of you do.
Just better do something. Come on.
I rolled a 5. Jesus.
Oh, the one.
We are
Oh.
just not winning. Got these dice rolls.
die. So 11.
So they, as you guys are, as they kind of strategically back away, and I don't say strategically, they just kind of walk away, and your blasts and punches smash into barriers and shield that are surrounding them as they exit out.
That one does take fire and lightning damage, though.
Yep,
It
how
started
much?
its turn
Yep,
in
it
me.
started its turn in your.
Assuming they're both resisted, it's just one each, unless it's the 1d4 that'll catch it as well.
Yep, that'll also do it. So that'll bring it to another 2. All right, so one of the robots, you see it hold up its hand, and this kind of like little thing pops up. It looks like almost like a satellite, and sends out an alarm. And as soon as it does, the entire area that you guys are in, these little each one of these pulse to life and creates an energy barrier that turns into a biome sphere, and locks you in. Does that make sense?
Well, that's dirty.
Yeah, I'm a bastard, I know, aren't I? So basically, there's a big energy force field in this biome that you are standing in inside the science area.
That's definitely a very situational defense.
Honestly, it's not. Actually, if you guys want to give me an intelligence check, I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Big firemen only do fire, but I would
Or if you want to, nature check will also work. I can reveal some stuff.
Hey, I got a 16.
Alright.
I'm not as dumb as I look.
I rolled a 13.
Roll a 10.
Hey, I'm the smart one this time. That's my
Doomed.
dumb stat.
So you actually, as this thing is created, you do recognize it. You've seen it on the holovids. This is the technology that they use to bring to life protective biomes for interplanet travel, as well as maintain a facility of the correct atmosphere for alien life, basically. So it is a biome. It's not meant to be a trap. It just so happens that the barrier that they use is a solid barrier. And so they use that against you, if that makes sense.
Oh.
So it wasn't meant to be a trap. It's just the result
They
of the
just used it
science.
that way.
Yes, because of what the lab is designed for. And it just happened to work that way. So they basically outsmarted you, I guess. Anyways, because I didn't know. Now that you guys all think back, did anybody not notice that none of the civilians were standing in there at all?
I assume there's a garden, so nobody just stepped in there. 'cause
Yeah,
nobody's
we're
stepping
all
in
gonna
garden.
die, but let's not step on the grass.
Yeah, like, why would you step on the grass? I was like, oh.
But anyways,
Why step on the grass?
so you guys are trapped in this bubble with these strange plants. Please give me nature checks.
Oh, dang.
Fuck. Oh, it's the same check. May as well do it. Here we go. Nope,
I-
that's a 6. Shit.
Oh, come on! I'm not using you anymore. That's a 1.
So,
Biggest enemy of players. Bad dice rolls.
did nobody get over 15?
Oh.
All right, so you have never seen these sorts of this foliage before. It's got a strange kind of brownish color, and it's got these tendrils that are just kind of are starting to wiggle since you guys stepped onto this area, and you see all these tiny little holes as little vines begin to kind of grow up out of them.
Oh, no.
And start swirling around. The entire area is now treated as the I gotta go find it. I thought I would remember it. The stupid the spike growth,
So it's all like difficult terrain.
and it does damage too.
Oh no, I hate this.
All right, yeah, spike growth. And so the ground in this area, minus the area that somebody burned, is considered difficult terrain. And when a creature moves into or within the area, they take 2d4 piercing damage every 5 feet you move. As these things start coming out after the dome was formed. Yeah, and it says any creature that can't, that doesn't matter to you. You can't tell that it's hazardous, you already found out. But it says you can't see that it's hazardous without interacting or actively inspecting. All right, any other questions in regards to the fact you guys are now trapped in this bio?
Nope.
All right, whose turn is it? I forgot who just went.
Not a clue.
Oh, all the bad guys went because they ran away.
Yeah.
So the one used his action to activate the biome. The other one is going to... He was here, so 1, 2, 3. He's going to move here. And... that's 1, 2. Yeah. He's going to try to get a hold of Stella Nova and grapple you.
Uh-oh.
I got an 11. I'm sorry, that's not an 11. That's a 12.
Versus, what do I need to roll?
Either athletics or acrobatics.
Better than us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll acrobatic.
Our situation is not great.
Alright, that is a 13.
That'll do it.
Just
So
barely.
as this thing tries to reach out to grab you, you kind of just twist, and it kind of swipes over top, and it says, hacking or unlawful entry of VANE systems is punishable by incarceration up to 37 years. Give up now and be arrested, or we will take deadly action. You have 6 seconds to comply. And it is the end of their turn. The workers begin moving again.
Oh, they're smirked and out the way.
Yeah, they're kind of slowly getting out of the way. All right. The guns begin taking aim again, and they unfortunately now target onto Stella Nova for attempting to hack into the system, and are going to attack. So I need you to give me 2 dexterity saving throws.
Wonderful. Okay.
So what happens in a small area like that when everything is burning? That's probably not good for you guys. I think I
No.
should start suffocating you.
Well, The air's not gone yet.
Eh.
Takes a
Tomato,
takes a lot
tomato.
longer than that.
Hey, oh, what? What? No.
The neighbors don't need to hear you talk about suffocating people.
Thank you. All right. So how'd you do, Stellanova?
I got a 16 and a 6.
So you're going to succeed in avoiding some of the blast, ducking behind the DRT unit, but you will take 9 points of damage total. That's not so bad. You got off easy.
She's never taken any damage this round, or this session so far.
Well, she was in incognito and unconscious, so yeah, it's expected. Workers. White Dragon. You are trapped in this area. Thank you so much. You are trapped in this area. A big blue barrier has captured you. It looks very similar to the same technology used to create force field shields.
Yep. I was like, the only thing I could think of to do was to punch the thing next to me. Because what else am I gonna do?
The little, the controller thing?
Yep.
It's a good place to start. Go ahead. Give me an attack roll.
It's inside the dome?
It
Well,
forms
yeah, it has to
it forms. You notice it's got the blue on both sides. It creates the energy around it, which then connects to the rest of it. So you should be able to access it, because I'm not a douche that's not going to give you a way to get the hell out of there. I mean, I
wow.
could, but you know.
It just
Loving
wouldn't
it.
make sense either.
11 to hit.
Yes.
Or 12 damage.
Oh, now he hits hard.
Right. So as you smash your kung fu fist into
I just imagine like a poof, and he's just straight through. He's like, I aimed a little hard.
well, not quite. So as you smash into the circuit, you bend the barrier cracks a little bit, and the steel and stuff behind it starts to like break apart and indent. You can see sparks coming out of it, and you can see the shield kind of tremble a little bit, but it holds.
Action surge.
This is the time.
Okay then.
We've been holding
Alright.
on to it for a while.
I rolled higher attack at least.
Yep.
And damage.
It cracks and sparkles, and part of the shield comes down. But unfortunately, it's still... Basically, the shield comes down only where that device is. But it's weaker. The shield's weaker around it. So either you need to take another one out to get by it, or you need to attempt to squeeze through the little the little control panel area, which is a very tight squeeze. All right, it'll take all your movement to squeeze through, but you can get through.
Alright, and bonus action, going to use the Sentinel Shield to boost my AC by 2.
Nice. How does that look? Is that the little orbs, defender orbs, or is she? I forget. God, you think I'd remember all this shit, but I don't.
It's a martial arts stance.
That's right. You take on the water form or whatever, if I remember right.
Yep.
Okay.
Stay liquid.
I think that's it from White Dragon. Stellanova. This thing is bearing down on you. There's laser cannons targeting you. The guy next to you is trembling in fear.
Right.
You're at the firewall, so you can continue to try to break free and take control of the attempt to try to take control of the cannons, or you can do something about the immediate threat up in your grill.
Well, would I know how close I am to hacking it?
Are you at? So, I'm gonna tell you as a player that you need 2 successful checks before you get another failure in order to succeed. Because it's
Okay.
it's 3 successes before 2 failures. You've got one failure from the gentleman that aided you, rolling poorly, which honestly I thought it was going to just be an easy win, but not so much. So all you have to do is get through the firewall and then take control of it. So one check for the firewall, another check to take control of the unit.
Okay. I am gonna see if. Oh man, tough. So I am going to. You know what? I am gonna try to take control of the firewall, even though that thing's there. 'Cause if I can break through, it's gonna be good.
That means we have cannons fighting for us and not against us.
Exactly. So, all right. Let's see if we can do this. No, we didn't do it.
Oh no.
That was a nat 1.
Oh.
We're not rolling well tonight.
That's unfortunate.
Yep, that's gonna hurt.
All right, so as you're attempting to hack into the system, you're swiping the holograms left and right. Your nanites are rushing in. This thing is on top of you. It's threatening you. It's got its laser cannon pointing, a foot from your face. And you turn and glance just for a second as you hear the of its charging laser, and you miss. You send in the wrong command, and it completely locks you out of this turret system. And what that means is that the system begins to sputter, and you can't break into it anymore, but it will begin to sputter and shut down after the next round. So you were able to successfully break in and shut it down, but you will not be able to gain access to control it and use it as a defense or an offensive tool.
All things considered, I call it a win.
Yeah.
Still a victory.
Yeah. Not a complete failure.
For those of you that are interested, the Challenge Accepted duo, Part 1 and Part 2, are very much all about this. Skill challenge with total success, partial success, and complete failure. As you have seen today on this episode of Capes and Crooks, partial failure is the player succeeds in doing initially what they wanted, but not quite to the level that they could have. We call that great story branching. Check out Challenge Accepted at critacademy.com today. That's why I love skill challenges. I really do. I think they're awesome. Anyways. So, you're unable to control that. You still have a movement and a bonus action, Stella.
I don't think that I can do anything else what I currently have, and I don't really want to get. I'll get an opportunity attack, so he'll get an opportunity attack, so I don't.
It's true.
I don't want to initiate that particularly.
Okay.
So I'll just wait, I guess, in my corner.
Oh, 10 cool points to Alicia.
Oh,
My-
what?
What? You just got 10 cool points.
You just mispronounced my name.
What
We've
did I
been
say?
married for 12 years.
Alicia, the wife, the empress, the goddess, who, please don't kick me in the balls later, has conveniently added the Challenge Accepted link in the comments. So, yeah. Yes. So, actively, you're not going to take any more actions then, right?
Yep, I'm just gonna hold out here in the corner.
Chimera.
The old dude.
The old
No.
guy looking at you. You can see him trembling and shaking. He's afraid. He's cowering beneath this thing, and he's trying to crawl away. I'm going to have him move away a little bit. All right, Chimera. You're up.
So how far away is the shield drone?
The what?
The thing that's created the barrier.
It's not a shield
It's
drone.
not
it's
a
control
shield.
panel.
It's all these 4 little control panels. Right? You see them? All these little blue things. There's 4 of them that create it all together. This one on the far left is weaker because he punched through it. So the other two are kind of compensating, so there's still a barrier there, but you can kind of push through it and force your way. But it takes all your movement, and so you stop there.
But what happens if I destroy this left panel?
It's a good question. I would assume that it gets weaker. or shuts down part of the barrier entirely.
Alright, I'm gonna move right up to it and multi-attack it.
You can't. He's on the other side of the barrier. You have to exit the barrier first, which you can't because there's somebody blocking the way.
Mm-hmm.
Look at as he was attacking the panel.
You attacking the panel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Oh, that... I just dropped my die.
No, don't drop your die.
Okay, multi-attack. As a brown bear. Oh, this is pretty good. 25 and an 18.
Yes.
So now you gotta deal the damage.
D8 plus 4. That is 9 points of piercing damage from the bite attack.
As you bite into it, you rip out some circuits, the entire thing begins to flicker.
And for the claw attack, that is 12 points of slashing damage from the claw attack.
The entire thing rips apart and the shield kind of gives way, opening up the 4 squares right here. Can you see my drawed box?
No,
Yeah, I can see your shield box.
because you're referring to this, right? Like
Yeah.
these 4 gone.
Yeah, those 4, but I thought I was trying to put a box there. Clearly it doesn't matter. I don't know what the point of
You
that.
gotta-
Oh, that's
you
a
gotta
token
look-
select. That's why. Okay, I got you. I'm getting it.
So these 4 right here.
Yeah. How about that? You can see that now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Those 4 boxes, that part of the shield just collapses.
So I could just walk on through.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to move right next to this guy.
Okay.
And that is the end of my turn.
Alrighty, so you bite and claw and rip at the electrical circuits and everything, and the barrier comes crashing down on part of it. And then you, come charging and growling at this robot. And he doesn't seem to give 2 shits. Not terrified at all. Richter.
Hello, it is I. I'm still in here.
But at least you can just walk out now.
Yeah. Now this is all difficult terrain, correct?
Oh yeah, they were all supposed to take damage. I'm not gonna retcon that. No, it's fine. But it's supposed to be 2d4 damage every time you move 1 square. And that was half the damn it, I can't believe I forgot that. I'm such a smuck.
You gonna make his argument his flames burn away the plants? I don't know.
Well, the area he was in, yeah, there isn't any, but the whole idea was in order to escape, he had to walk and wade through this, and man, I spent a lot of time thinking about that and planning that, and I just goofed it.
I mean, I can take the
We had how many
damage from...
death traps in these squares?
What's that?
We had how many death traps in these squares?
Yeah. Would you guys care if I retcon that?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't
Well, you
mind.
guys both take just 2d4 piercing damage.
Okay.
I'll roll. I'll
yeah,
just
I don't-
roll once and 3, 5. So you both take 5 piercing damage. It's not all of it, but I was like, man, I was happy about that, and I thought I had some really fun encounter design, and then I just whiffed it.
So I'm gonna dodge this mechanic by these black ethereal rings just shoot off my shoulders, and I just hover off the ground, and I'm going to fly.
You can fly now. That's awesome.
Yeah, I can fly.
Certainly convenient in this situation.
What are you, looking like a Titan in Destiny?
What? They don't get wings.
No, but they can lift themselves up like a jetpack.
But it's not a jetpack. I'm literally having wings. What part of that makes no... What?
He has demonic wings, right?
Yeah, they're all like black ethereal wings. They like black feather
That's
wings.
cool as hell.
But that also means the fire's gone. So oh yeah, I'm also on fire. So I gotta roll 1d4. I took 2 damage. That means nothing to me.
I feel like I'm doing a poorer job describing because I'm looking at a map. Is that just me?
So
You're just not used to it.
5 feet off the ground, and I'm gonna go all the way over here. That's good.
Okay.
So be right there.
Now the ceiling goes up to 25 feet in the air, so...
Right, but I only have a flying speed of 30.
Okay then.
So I can only go 5 feet off the ground to make sure I'm not getting entangled by plants, and then I go over here. I
Gotcha.
don't want to continue being in plants, and I don't want to be... There's... I don't
No,
want
it's
to be in
fine.
that square where the plants are.
No, I get you.
All
Alright, so what are you going to do?
I am going to action surge.
Sure, I use that.
Nope.
Nope.
No, he said he was going to, but I don't know that he actually
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
I think you did.
Actually, I think you forgot that he had action surge.
Yeah. Actually, bonus action. So I'm not action surging yet, depending on how this works out. I'm going to telekinetic push and pull. So I'm gonna kind of like look at this robot here, and I'm just gonna yank like this. I'm just gonna like reach out my arm and then just like pull all the way back
Okay.
and yank it. I guess
Which one?
15 feet, the one right in front of me. So it's gonna go towards the wall, on top of being lifted into the air momentarily.
So you want to smash it into the wall.
Right.
Okay. And that's 10 feet or 5 feet?
It is 10 feet. But it does make a strength save because that's what we decided.
It fails.
Oh, okay. And
Woohoo!
It takes as you're kind of floating there in the air, you hold out your hand and you kind of just jerk an invisible line, and you see this thing skitter as its steel legs scrape across, and then it gets pulled off the ground and it comes smashing against the walls. Sparks are flying as it kind of crumbles down to its knees, and then it gets back up in kind of an automaton voice. Telekinetic identified. Engaging defensive maneuvers.
and then from that point, I just realized how cool of a combo this is. I can just kind of stay in the air and just keep yanking this thing up into the air.
Now you yanked it, so should he move? Oops.
I think
Well, it'd be
Um,
under me, I think, right? At this point,
Yeah, because you're floating.
because I'm literally like hovering in the air.
I don't know if I can. Oh yeah, I can. I guess. There we go. You're on
Hopefully that's
top of
not
each
too
other.
confusing, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
as long as you know you're there.
Yeah.
question
on
is, will
top.
we remember that it is there?
Well, I can see him.
Oh.
I can see the NPC. I can't see his.
Yeah, I see me, so I don't know. Whatever.
I think that's good. We got it. All right. So you telekinetically smash it into the wall there. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Like, you could just put it there too. I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah, but the whole thing is that it pulls towards me.
Yeah. So it has to pull
I don't
towards
do
him.
it to the side or anything like that.
Pull and push.
Yep.
Which is funny. If you were gonna do that, you could have just floated over this area. Then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you did it. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess
So
I'm gonna throw it into the grass, but eh.
the DRT is going to turn. And blast everyone with its sleep. I need Constitution saving throws from White Dragon and Chimera.
I'm in the
That's-
air.
I know
A
you
sleep
are.
attack?
Yeah, well, it's not attack, it's a save. Yeah, so its chest opens up, and it spews out in front of you.
Okay, 14.
16.
It doesn't let me select that for some reason. Oh, it's because it's in the... I'm an idiot, never mind. It's not letting me select it because I'm an idiot. This screaming dude, this screaming
He's
elderly...
knocked unconscious.
Yep, just falls back asleep. The other one is going to take a step back. And
Top attack?
yeah, go ahead.
So I succeeded on the sleep attempt.
Yeah, you both did. It's only a 13.
Whew. That's good at least. Until they upgrade it.
19 to hit with the claw.
Yes, that'll do it.
How does multi-attack work in op attacks?
It doesn't.
Doesn't? You just have to choose one or the other?
Yeah.
Makes
That
sense.
is 9 points of slashing damage.
You rip into its deridium chest, and part of the plate comes off, and you can see a glowing orb of blue energy thrumming. Not like it's physically moving, but the light is like beating, almost like a heart. And it's if it didn't already look big and intimidating, everything about it just changes. The head mask thing kind of alters. Think Transformers. Stuff just kind of starts moving. And you see all of its parts kind of shift around like a puzzle until it covers back up the chest cavity. So it started shifting around some of its armor plating to cover back up that open chest area.
Ugh.
So,
Spooky.
right? Where are we
That's a
at?
serious nanotech.
And so he did, he's going to do another sleep spell, or another sleep gas bomb to knock you out. So I'll need Constitution saving throws from you guys again. I assume you can see that you're well within that.
Yep.
No! And I'm free fall into sleep.
I
Did
rolled
you-
an 11.
Ah, unlucky.
Happens.
Who else is getting hit by that?
I already knocked out the NPC. It's Stella and Chimera.
Fail, so I'm unconscious.
Yeah, I'm unconscious.
Not.
It's
enjoyable,
one of
but
those
it
days,
is
you
what it
guys.
is.
Um,
You get a sleep marker.
dun, dun, dun,
You
dun,
also
dun,
get
dun.
a sleep marker.
Thank you.
All right, so I like that you guys can control that stuff too. That makes that a little easier on me.
Stuff, at least.
The NPCs are beginning to freak out. They're running around. They're screaming. They can't get out. But now they're kind of more or less backed in the corner as they are watching this kind of unfold. You see them constantly putting their hand up to the thing. It's locked. It's not opening. And they're just kind of keeping their distance to the best as they can.
Yeah.
Steve says all this sleeping is superheroes. I love it.
Wrong.
All right,
jeez.
white dragon. Two of your allies were just knocked unconscious. You were able to withstand the blow of the last batch of billowing sleepy smog, but your allies were not, unfortunately.
Since this worked before, for some reason. 1, 2, 3,
No.
4.
I told you I let
You
that
let
slide.
you go
That's
for that one once.
because it was very creative. Sometimes as DMs or overseers or GMs, you have to draw the line. When a mechanic doesn't work the way it is, reward them by letting them do it once.
The
Understandably.
problem, though, is when you do it once, players will expect that every time.
Yes,
Be mad when it doesn't work again.
but I was very clear about that when I said that. I was like, that's not how it
You did.
works, but I'll let it slide because
Just
that's
saying-
very cool.
I'm just saying overall.
Uh,
Okay, there's no good way to do this.
so, you know what I just learned? Oh, yes, I can. Okay. I was like, I can't get rid of other people's stuff, but yes, I can. Okay.
Okay.
Well, the reason that said is because it's all on fire.
Oh,
over here.
right. You're right. I shouldn't have
If
done
anything,
that.
it should all be on fire.
Yeah, I chose not to spread it. That was just one more extra shit for me to track.
Which should proc an op attack.
Yep, it will. He is going to use his big haymaker blow for a
Oh yeah, there's a guy under me. Forgot about him.
19 to hit.
Just also use shield.
You have shield? That's crazy.
Yeah, he took shield. All right, so as you're escaping
goes,
and the blow is gonna land, you try to twist to get out of the way. You know you're not gonna make it. How does your shield's power look like? Is that just like a barrier?
Backhand his fist out the way.
Okay, so you just knock his fist out of the way, increasing your AC, and it kind of throws him off balance as he kind of stumbles a little bit after the blow, and you're able to clear away from him pretty quickly.
And I try to punch the other DRT I'm next to.
Go ahead.
Okay, finally a half decent roll. 19 to hit.
Yes.
And damage.
How much?
9.
Not bad, not bad.
This thing kind of stumbles back as you lay a massive running. You run up and do kind of a bicycle kick in the air, like freaking Liu Kang, man. And you smash it in its chest. It smashes him into the wall. He's kind of trembling a little bit. You can see sparks are beginning to kind of fly from him. He's wounded. It looks like he must be wounded pretty bad. You can hear it rambling something about power output at 26%. Immediately engage system repair, and you kind of hear it arguing with itself about whether it should go into repair or not, and it can't in a hostile environment. Anything else? Nope. With that, you start to hear this big thundering, pulsing noise.
Wait, there is one thing. I guess with cutting action. Wait, no, I can't do that. Never mind.
You hear this big thunderous kind of noise, and alongside where you're at, you see a massive door or something. Let's move that there. Open up. This portal. You see almost like a beam of light with a loud and it kind of outlines, and you see it slide open, and a group of soldiers start rushing in. Are just one after the other, coming through this. About 15 of them rush in. You see them hold up. Let me check something.
Not ideal. Not ideal.
I forgot to do something. So they started getting in formation. I'm not going to draw that on the mini map or anything, but they start rushing in. There's at least a dozen of them. They start. You see them. They've got these very high tech weapons in their hands. You're not actually familiar with them. They've got to be some sort of pulse or blaster rifle. They start shouting. They're kind of doing these sorts of commands. They've got these high tech like HUDs over their head.
Visors.
Yeah, they're like a visor like HUD. Very similar to what you've noticed. Actually, very similar to what Chimera is wearing. And they run out and they start kind of quarantine. Several of them usher some of the scientists and stuff off, and are kind of holding up this little thing, and you see a big flash of red light pass through them, and then they all just kind of look kind of confused. They start kind of surrounding you guys. You see these two of them come and press a couple buttons on this data pad like thing, and you see that the DRT guys power down, and you hear them system reboot engaged. 1 minute till reoperation, and one of them walks up and looks down. It says, or looks down at Chimera, looks up at you guys, and they, with a straight face, if I can do it, they say, "Come with us if you want to live." And they say, and another one says, "Look at Silence, knocked out again," and somebody wake his ass up. And they go over there and they start pudging you guys together. Are you coming with us or not? They nudge they nudge Chimera awake, and you kind of come to Chimera, and you see a group of people you recognize standing over top of you. He says, ETA, 56 minutes to reboot. Let's go. Go, go, go.
It's like
I revert to my form.
What did I say, minutes?
Huh?
Did I say seconds or minutes?
You said
minutes.
minutes.
No.
I was like, wow, we got an hour? Wow.
No,
this is-
56 seconds till system reboot.
I revert to my form. I grab Stella and I follow them forward. No hesitation.
Same.
So is the rest going to follow?
I
can't think of a better idea right now, so yeah.
I also just fly on over. It lasts 10 minutes, so I have a lot of time to use this kind of flying thing I got going on, so I'm gonna do it. I used to be able to fly.
I'm surprised why you didn't do it early. Oh, you were sleeping.
Yeah.
Though you wouldn't have got hit if you were flying.
Unless he aimed it right up at me.
Well, yeah, I
Like,
guess.
oh, alright.
Oh, then you would have
Depending
fell
on
and
how
that
far
would
away
have
they
been
were, too.
hurt. All right,
Yeah.
so
You would take full damage.
But
so
then I
you-
would have woke up, so I guess it would have worked out.
either way, right? So you guys make it through the. You pass through this tunnel area. This teleporter, I guess. And as you go through, you pass from this high-tech VANE lab into what looks like some sort of aerial vehicle. You can hear the humming of the anti-gravity rings that are holding this thing up. And one of the gentlemen, and they're all dressed in these pure black suits. They got these big visors with these integrated HUDs on the over top. And they're looking. The one looks down at you. Then walks over, and his is a little bit different. He's got a patch on his shoulder, and he says, "I didn't think we were gonna make it in time, Silence. What the hell did you get yourself into this time?"
Believe me, I had no choice. Circumstances forced our hand, and that situation forced my hand to break the evac protocol.
You know that protocol is in place for a reason, correct?
Yes.
And look at this. You've got civilians involved in this.
No one got hurt, except a couple of us, but not civilians.
You are civilians. And if you're going to speak to me, you will say sir after every line. You understand me?
I don't.
All right, both of you, please knock it off.
Do you think that our resources are meant to save you for situations that you can avoid? Why were you even in there?
We didn't. I had no choice. We accidentally stumbled into a VANE transport after finding one of Commissioner Jordan's CIs who had information regarding the bomber.
So you guys notice that there's a small patch on just above their chest area on their left side, and it says DARKE on it. Would you like to share information on what dark is, or would you like me to do that? Actually, how about this? Everyone give me intelligence history checks. We'll see how much they know.
Do I have
Let me-
advantage because of this
You don't-
suspicion?
You don't have to roll. You know what's going on.
Okay.
I was gonna
Am I
say, I mean, we
sponsored?
know the acronym, right? At the very least.
Do we? Do you?
you?
Yeah, the Division of Anomalous Recombinant Kin Enforcement.
You know that as a player, but does the characters know that?
How would I not know that as a reporter?
Oh,
I would have
dirt.
had to have heard them at some
Yeah,
point.
good point.
But not much
There
would be
had to have been
known.
at least
Right.
one moment where they were involved in something.
Yeah, that's a good point. I got it. The backgrounds do play a big part in that. So what did everyone else? What did Ian and Estella get?
Am I conscious?
No, you're not. You have no idea what's going on. Did somebody, unless somebody wake you up? Did anybody wake Stella up?
I do this. I kind of float down. I go, doot, doot. Hey, sleepyhead, wake up time. Just gotta tap you lightly on the cheek twice.
And you kind of come to, and the DRT are gone. These guys in black suits are standing over top of you, and you can hear the humming of a gravity ring. You
kinda
must be on
flying
some
over
sort
you.
of transport ship.
All right.
So, do you want to tell the audience in the group what the dark is, Matthew?
So dark is a secret federal organization that looks into various parts of law enforcement. They are the law enforcement department's internal affairs on steroids.
Oh.
In some aspects, they also do investigations from the shadows, and as well as infiltration as part of doing undercover internal affairs investigations. And there was, and I think, and because Richter is a reporter, he has only heard of them by name.
Yeah,
and
I
you,
wouldn't know anything inside them.
Right.
You would know only that they were involved only by name due to a break-in at the Cobalt City Evidence Vault, which resulted in the vault being super fortified as a result of the break-in and evidence tampering. But you only know that that Dark was involved by name. You know
Yeah, I don't
nothing
know what
else.
they did or anything like that. Yeah.
And even your best sources are scared with their pants down of Dark.
What is Dark doing that people are scared and have their pants down?
Because they don't reveal themselves unless they need to.
That's weird. Yeah, that's what I said. That's weird. Anyway, so they, as you guys,
It was a metaphor.
as Stella comes to, he says, "Well, you've really screwed stuff up now." But
You think I had a choice?
well, you called us. You did the trigger.
I did. But then I had no choice. We were in unknown territory because we were accidentally got into one of the transports after hiding from one of the DRT
Well, maybe you
units
should-
at the Skyport.
Maybe as as an infiltration unit, you would know how not to infiltrate something on accident.
You think I had prior knowledge that crate was VANE property? There wasn't much time for me to figure that out. Not to mention, I had one of
Enough.
CI's.
Listen, I have work to do. You can take it up with the superior later. I'll drop you guys off. You'll have to go
There's
get.
something we have to do first.
I don't have to do nothing. I am busy. I already had to go out of my way to help you for something that was clearly avoidable. And don't hear me talking about that guy. Don't you know? You shouldn't just be flying around, as he points up at Ravus.
Well,
I gently float back down. I'm like, man, I don't get to do this very often.
it's true. This is the first time I've seen him do it.
Well, flying in the air. I've had these
Also-
ones before, kind of shown off.
Also, the tendency to punch first.
But
Yeah,
I'm
he did.
alive.
Whatever.
The only damage I took was being on fire.
The hostage at the bank sure wasn't.
All right, both of you,
Yeah,
enough.
Let's make sure there's clarity. The DRT don't generally kill people. They usually capture. That's why their main priority knocks you out. But sometimes they do have to go a little farther. Anyways, so he says, well, whatever it is, we're going to drop you off and get back to our next business. We have, in 3 hours, we have another mission. And we're already running behind thanks to you. So we'll drop the ship off. Or we'll land the ship. You guys can get off. If I just have some advice for you, avoid the DRT. They're not to be messed with.
I
right.
looked to Demon Cloak.
Hey, man, they were going to find me eventually. It didn't matter. I just threw the punch first because at least I had the surprise for it.
Oh yeah? And how did that work out for you? Huh?
Well, I got knocked out unconscious by some sleeping gas once, and everything else was totally fine by my end.
Only because we rescued you, fool.
Well, as far as
You
I'm
guys-
aware, that robot didn't get a chance to touch me aside from the sleeping gas. And I still woke up and I still continued to fight. So I think I did pretty okay. All things considered for not being a trained combatant like you guys.
Whatever. Charlie! Land the ship. He said, you hear it from the back calling, where at? Anywhere. We're dropping them off. We have work to do.
Actually, Charlie, I got some coordinates for you. Think you can put us there?
This is, who do you think you are, giving my pilot commands?
It was a request.
Where is it you want to go?
I give him
He
the
looks at his clock.
coordinates.
His
I give him the
holowatch.
I give him the coordinates that Commissioner Jordan had us do the drop off. Is it possible?
It is, but I'm not going to be able to. You're going to have to airdrop in. I ain't going to be able to have time to land. It's way
Got
out of
spare
the way.
parachutes?
What?
Spare parachutes?
A what? What year do you think it is? Parachute? Are you kidding me with that?
Okay, character off. I had no idea.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Because that's what I do. He says, yeah, we got some mag rings you can use for the jump. Parachutes. What in the hell? They'll hire anybody these days. And he starts handing out these little bracelets. And what these bracelets do, they allow you to cast Featherfall on yourself. Once per day. Okay? So add that to your inventory. Called mag rings. Somebody add that to the show notes. Or to the notes. So that I know that I just created a tech item that I didn't have 2 seconds ago. And I write the stat block out for it. Alright, so as you guys are kind of getting together, you're flying over, he says, about 20 minutes or so has passed. Do you guys have any conversation you would like to discuss in character about the events that just transpired inside of the VANE territory?
Well,
And
one
the
short
fact
rest.
that Snitch is still there somewhere.
Snitch isn't my priority as far as I'm concerned.
Pretty much.
And that, my friends, is why not all heroes are super.
They got stuck in there themselves.
Yeah, not
We
to
had to
mention
get
she was
out.
not to mention she was able to be at a skyport undetected thus far until we showed up.
All right, so what are you guys discussing about what has just transpired and what's supposed to happen moving forward? Some quick bullet points as a reminder. You've got some data for Jordan on Inagrog. That's the last time I make a name I can't pronounce.
Edengard.
Edengard. And on VANE, that you haven't looked at. You don't know what's on it, I don't think, right?
No, we
Right.
didn't end
Okay.
up doing that.
And you ended up being dropped off in a random VANE building that you had to escape. And you don't know where Snitch is.
We
So
wanted
that's-
to try and get to Stella's thing so that way we can try and like either duplicate it or crack it without setting off the alarm attached to it. But now we're just going straight to the meeting spot, so that's a little less likely now.
Well-
It's technically a drop-off point.
Yeah, he just said he gave coordinates for a drop-off point. He hasn't actually said where you were going.
Oh.
And that's part of the discussion that we're about to have right now, or you're about to have.
I still think we should at least have... Am I within earshot of these other guys?
Yeah, it's not a big ship. It's like a tiny, platoon transport, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
Squad transport.
I still think we need another set of that data for obvious reasons.
No. We already put so
Well-
much at risk with your curiosity.
Don't forget we also have that other pen we found that we're gonna look into. So we can let this one slide, I think, for the moment.
Fair enough.
If you want to be curious about that malfunctioning pen, go for it at your own peril. But I want to get that data file of the Bright Bomber to the drop-off point.
Should be our main priority.
Yes, I agree.
What should be our priority?
Make sure the info that we grab gets to where it's supposed to go.
Hmm.
And then checking out that other, you know, that other recording device later.
Yeah. Probably a good idea.
All right. Is that all the conversation? You guys want to open up to each other about anything? Being, you know,
Yeah.
about fighting the
Oh,
DRT
sleep.
and knowing how strong they are? Maybe about what you learned when you were knocked out, all that jazz? Anything?
Any confined space that was sealed off. With civilians in there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a harrowing experience for some of us. Just another
Yeah.
kind of like a Tuesday night for me, I guess, but yeah. I'm always running from DRT. I'm a reporter. I gotta figure out this information, and I'm always running into trouble. It's just Tuesday. But we should, by chance, if you guys wouldn't mind helping me with a favor. I'm not asking you to actually do anything out of your way, but if you happen to see a man with probably a young man, I don't know how old, probably younger than all of us, I can presume, but he has dirty blonde hair and a mole right below his left eye. Don't approach him, just give me a holler.
I write
White
that
dragon.
down on my digipad.
White Dragon, you recognize that description. Where did you last see that man?
Oh, where did I last see that?
Make sure that gets written down in the notes, whatever he makes up off the bat there.
I'm gonna say the last time I saw him was when I first arrived at the Skyport.
When you first arrived in city at the Skyport? Okay, that works. So now, Richter, you know, how long ago was that, White Dragon?
A month ago.
So you know that this guy is in this town still, Richter.
He's still in Cobalt City.
He is.
Not that that narrows it down too hard, but at least I know he's here.
That's a start, right?
It's a start.
All right, with that...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say if we can get a profile for him, maybe I can run facial recognition on cameras.
The only other thing I got was the dirty blonde hair, long or short.
Well, we can see what we can find and see if we can narrow it down any.
That works. Maybe I'll finally figure out who this damn man was who decidedly tortured me for months.
All right.
Which, as I'm saying that kind of offhandedly, I'm sure people around me are like, I'm sorry, what?
So with that, the captain says, you got 3 seconds to your drop-off point. Which, did you decide whether it was your place or the meeting point with...
I thought we said the meeting point.
Okay. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
I thought it was the drop-off point.
Drop-off point,
Yeah.
meeting point, whatever.
Same.
It was either that or you were going to
Stella's
cynical machinations. And that's what I was trying to figure out.
I immediately say, copy.
With that, the floor opens up, but it doesn't open. A laser-like light slides open and basically makes the floor transparent so that you can pass through it. Because we're in the future, we don't just have doors that open, man. We have magical doors that open.
I immediately just shoot, fall through.
I jump.
All right, I'm just gonna calmly walk on through and just kind of tip over like that.
I think Stella's gonna look nervously down because she's never been this high up, and then take a jump off.
Next thing you know, she gets pushed by a dark agent.
We ain't got time for this. Spartan kicked right off the edge.
Gets kicked. He's like, look, lady, we gotta go.
So as you guys leap out of this, The wind is just blasting into your face, and you can see city as far as the eye can see. And it's you see flying, cars and drones and massive skyscrapers and just this massive city. And from up here, it's almost peaceful. The sun is going down at this point, and the city lights are on. It's like stars, looking at stars in the night sky, on a clear night sky. It's a beautiful sight, actually. The wind and past your ears, and you guys kind of turn into like you tuck in and start guiding your way down. You see a section of the city. Does anybody have any tool or skill or something that would tell them exactly where they're at and where they need to land? Because from this high up, it all looks the same.
I look for some billboards, maybe.
I put on my
clearly easily identifiable landmarks.
Have you been
I
in this part of the
immediately
town?
put on my mask, my chimera mask. Activate GPS and map of the city, cross-referencing, punch in the drop-off coordinates, see what, and determine our trajectory after looking back and forth between the rest of my partners, and try to cross-reference everything.
Fantastic. I need perception checks from everybody.
Hey.
Okay.
15.
Perception. Natural 20!
Woohoo! Could have used one of those
14.
earlier.
I got a 7.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
14.
Stella. It is just not your day.
Elowen is overwhelmed with falling from this height.
So as you guys are falling, like I said, there are objects in the sky. You're not the only thing. And unfortunately, you're able to kind of twist and maneuver. You spot Chimera giving a signal over here. And Stella, you look over, and you don't see the bird that just wham right into the side of your face as you're diving down. It goes and blows up in your face, and feathers everywhere, all in your face. The side of your face is just, it hurts really bad, that poor bird. As you start making your way down, clearly Chimera knows exactly where he's going. He kind of points in a direction. You guys dive. As you guys get within a few hundred or 1,000 feet or so, you activate your wristbands, and instantly you feel as your body slows down gradually, and you descend at a very slow feather fall like speed. At
this point, I activate optical camouflage.
Ooh, nice. Where did I stick oh, there it is. I was looking for our player note things because I didn't open them yet. All right, so as you guys are following down with Chimera, you kind of just see his body kind of like pixelate for a second, and then he becomes a blur pixelation like in a porno, and then just nothing.
All right.
So I need to take a picture of that because that's a priceless face.
No, I did not need that information.
Yeah, well, that's the best thing I could relate it to. Everyone's watched porn, whether they admit it or not. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. All right, so where is the so as you descend with the mag rings, you guys kind of lightly touch onto a. Are you guys planning on landing on the top of a building or right at the spot or?
Building.
Wow, you probably should figure that out.
Building, because we don't want to be.
Do we really want to land on a building? Well, it
Do you
depends
want to
how tall
catch
the building
attention
is.
right on the spot in question?
Well, I mean, it depends. How secluded is this place and how many people are here?
We
I
know
don't know any of that information.
we don't know what's in the building. Then we just got and once either we get on the building, we gotta go down from it anyway. So why land on the building?
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I would rather land in, ideally in an alleyway or something.
Okay, fair enough. Alleyway.
Okay. With a light, gentle touch, you guys touch down in a small alleyway between a massive skyscraper. I say a small alleyway, but it's pretty big, right? Buildings aren't like that close to each other.
Yeah.
And a smaller, wider, fatter building. Just outside, you can see the hollow signs that show that you are 1 block away from the meetup point
I
with
take the mag
Commissioner
ring
Jordan.
and I remove it and I put it in my pocket. I don't want anyone seeing that I have some military device on me.
Same. And as I'm doing that, I would like, because I'm invisible, I would like to sleight of hand the data pen from Richter.
I don't have it.
Who has
What?
that?
I thought you had it.
Nope.
I don't know who has that. One of y'all have it.
You said it last time.
Did I?
I think so. I think Richter has the actual like data thing that we are dropping off, and
Yeah.
I have the reconnaissance device that we picked up prior to that.
Yeah, because I wanted her to try and do what she could with it.
Yeah. So you're gonna try. Are you still gonna try to take it from her?
From Richter.
Richter. Stella
I
has it.
have the data for the drop-off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The one that's
That-
not...
Is that what you want?
Yes.
Okay. Sleight of hand check versus insight check. Or no, perception.
With disadvantage because I'm invisible.
I
Yeah.
think that would just grant you advantage.
Yeah, I would say
You still know something being pulled out of your pocket.
it would be you would do it with advantage, Matt.
Okay.
His
Well,
screen
that's
froze.
unlucky. That's a 23 perception.
Natural 20. 24.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. He's getting it.
Well,
Damn.
who's higher? 'Cause you both
I rolled a
that 20.
19 and I still didn't get it. Damn.
Just so you know, I was gonna say, just so you know, a crit is an auto success, but is your number higher?
Right.
I have a +4 sleight of hand.
So 24 versus 23, right?
Yep.
Beat it by 1. All right, so you see as Richter is kind of walking around, you sneak around, you take a deep breath, you slide in and reach into his big billowy cloak pocket and pull out the data recorder.
All right.
With this, what are you going right to the meeting point with Jordan?
So
Yep. As I'm invisible, I am shifting my disguise clothing kit. You see, and later on, he turns off eventually he turns off his optical camouflage,
Mm-hmm.
but they see a green vest with a hood, a completely shaved bald head right in front of you, camo cargo pants, and
Can we just take
If
a
they-
moment to appreciate that he just went from actual camouflage to fake camouflage?
I love this.
All right, so with that, you guys make your way into the meeting point, the drop zone in the building. You make your way up through the this elevator. It's a smaller building, very thin, but pretty tall, a couple stories. I say a couple stories, probably like 10 stories. But it's not like a place of business. It appears to be some sort of residence or like an apartment complex, kind of. And so you make your way up to the 7th floor for the drop-off with a ding and the elevator opens, and you have a long hallway. And at the end of the hallway is a door, and there's 4 doors on each side leading up to it. And you recall her telling you that the drop-off point would be on the 7th floor, 4th door on the right.
I carefully, I would like to make a perception check as I carefully move forward.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, that's an 8.
You kind of look up and down the sides of the walls. You do spot a security camera in the corner, but other than that, nothing really stands out.
I stop the group. It's best that I go in alone with this because of my disguise abilities.
With what?
It-
Pardon? I had activated my disguise earlier as well. So my business sheet look.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize, you guys. I forgot to ask what you were wearing. I just assumed you were wearing the same stuff, and that's a failure on my part as the overseer. I will do better next time. So who all is in disguise?
Someone a lab coat, so.
Ravus?
I mean, we may as well all be in disguise. I mean, we're out in the city anyway.
Okay. So, do you still insist on going by yourself, Chimera?
Yes.
Well, you're gonna have to figure.
Yeah, I don't know if that's such a good idea. I mean,
Why?
One, what if it's an ambush, and something bad happens to you? You're gone. You know.
Also,
but two, on my end, I want to make sure that this job gets done.
Fair.
so by the way, what is this that you're referring to?
What do you mean?
You said go in with this.
Ding!
I immediately unarmed strike him.
I would like to dodge
That's-
that.
You can't dodge as a
It's an
reaction.
it's an attack roll.
It's an attack
Oh,
roll.
dang.
All right, that is a 21,
Oh, that hits.
and I'm gonna roll damage because you just betrayed me. That's 7 points of damage you're taking.
Okay.
He's clearly
then
pissed
I-
that you stole from him.
So, what part of being a cop and a good guy involves stealing? And also, another thing on top of that, as you see fire start to emanate off me, on top of all that, what made you think after fighting the DRT with you that you just decided that you could betray me like that?
You
Give me
think that-
one good answer before I throw another fist.
You think that's betrayal?
I'm hitting him
not the one
again.
who.
Well, give him a chance to respond.
You think that's a betrayal? Says the guy
Yes.
who punched a DRT unit in the first place.
You realize I wasn't in disguise, right? You realize I had to. They were going to check me regardless. I had nowhere else to go, just like you said to your superior. Now I wonder how that shoe fits. So
Hey,
go ahead, give me another reason.
That's
is-
coming from
Because
the
you
low-
just became a traitor.
Is Stella in White Dragon gonna get in on this or what?
Yeah.
'Cause I literally just assaulted
Yeah.
this man. So I literally just hit him, and you guys are just standing there.
Yep.
I'm shocked. To be honest.
You think I'm some sort of white knight cop?
Uh,
You should have figured it out
Kinda,
by
yeah.
now.
You just stole some data because you want to make sure this mission succeeds. You're
did
indeed
not-
kind of a cop right now.
I better secure the data
And why
because
wouldn't
of your
I?
stunts.
Why would I do anything to endanger all of us?
Says the guy who would punch a DRT unit when he was
Yes, I
compromised.
literally had. Didn't you not just hear me? Did you not see the situation? Weren't you there, or were you so far up your own ass that you didn't notice? So come on, tough guy. Try again. Give me a different reason. Why'd you steal from me?
Because I don't trust you. Is that honest enough for you?
Well, I'm glad that you were honest this time, instead of going invisible just so you could steal something out of me. Now, what happens if I check and you stole anything else? How would I know? Now I have to keep an eye on you until I make sure that you don't steal anything from any of us.
Fine. You want to regain my trust? Here. You make the drop off.
Fine. And I take it.
Wow, way to
And I
stick
go
to your
in.
guns there, Matt.
I had a thought of using Thunderwave on him as a retaliation.
For punching
When you
you
did
in
the
the
wrong,
face.
that's incredible.
All right, with that, Ravus walks to the fourth door on the right. Do you knock? Do you try to open it?
I knock.
You're not Ravus.
Oh.
You just told him to go.
Yeah. You handed me the data and told me to go after you betrayed me. So, I knock on the door, and I say it's me. Anything?
I'm thinking. Give me a second.
Okay. What?
While Justin's thinking, I just want to say that was a really good conflict resolution, guys. Where
Yeah.
you actually together and were like, you know what? Let's try to prove each other's trust. I appreciated that. That was cool.
Well, if you would have said anything else, there was another fist coming. So he said and owned up to the fact that he just stole from me. That's what I was waiting for.
With that,
It was honest and heartfelt.
I think Matt was really playing the defense there. Some good work. I really thought I was going to have to say roll initiative. I'm glad I didn't. Kudos to you both.
I was simply defending the safety of the data pen.
Anyways.
Right, but you put that over the trust and friendship of another player character. Do you see where you went wrong with that idea?
Exactly
After
what friendship is
revealing
that?
as if you had joyously
The
done
door
this.
opens, and she says, and Jordan is standing there. Do you have what I asked?
I hold it out.
Get in here. You guys are being loud. The neighbors are going to hear you. And she kind of waves
Well,
you guys in.
it's just me, but okay.
Well, she knows you guys are out there. She can hear you. So come in. We have words to speak. Let's talk.
Do you want me to grab the rest of them then, real quick?
Well, they're just outside the hall. Yeah, yes. All of you. Come in. Let's
I'm
go.
right behind him.
As you walk in, you notice that... give me perception checks, please.
Yeah.
12.
13.
11.
13.
Dice are not with us today.
Early double digits.
What'd you get, Austin?
13.
All right. So I think the highest was 13 then, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Austin, when you walk in, you see something odd. You look in this room. You see it's kind of a traditional like studio apartment, right? It's just kind of like one big room. And there's a small
Looks
table
really close
there.
to what I lured.
There's a small table there with 3 drinks on it. You can see that there's ice in them. They're still cold. But there's only one person in this room. She says, so, you have what I asked for?
Yeah. And I kind of just hold it out. Well, are we sitting at this table, I presume?
If you want, she's standing up.
Well, okay, I was assuming
I
if she was
stand.
sitting, I'd slide it towards her, but alright, no. I walk up to her and I just hand it to her. I hold it out for her.
All right. She grabs it. She looks at it. She eyeballs each one of you. She reaches into her pocket and pulls out a device. And it releases like a sonic noise with a little laser that kind of scans it up and down. You really didn't copy it, did you?
Nope.
They wanted to. They wanted to see the data, at least.
Well, who wouldn't? This is important information. But you know,
It's about the bomber. Of course we would want to know, but...
the hardest thing to do in this world is trust. You guys know that personally. I just heard your arguments outside. The fact that you didn't copy this shows that I can trust you. So let's take a look at this information and figure out how we can bring the Bright Bomber to justice. And that's where we're going to end tonight. So I had a really big blast tonight. I want to thank everyone for joining us once again for issue number 6 of Capes and Crooks playtest for our upcoming Kickstarter. We are planning to, we're right now on the schedule, is planned to launch next month sometime, but a date hasn't been set. So keep an eye out for that. I'm really excited with this. We've got some potential dealings going on that'll help expand our reach to the stars above, we hope.
Woohoo!
So we're trying to figure all that out right now, but I'm really excited. If you're interested in this and you like this, please encourage people to share our group, Capes and Crooks, on Facebook. If you want to be followed up and known when we launch information on Kickstarter, please head on over to critacademy.com/Capes and Crooks. Sign up, register there, and we'll send. You can put your little phone number in, and when the Kickstarter goes live, it'll send you a reminder. It's very important that a Kickstarter get as much traction in the first 24 to 48 hours as possible, because that's really where it's going to determine its success in most cases. So we want everyone to get that feed as soon as possible. I'm really excited for this. We are encroaching 90,000 words for this project already. And we haven't even written all the lore. That's just the mechanics. So
Yeah.
we got a lot to do still, and I'm really excited.
Maybe we should do a lore book.
Well, so what we're doing is we're combining the Monster Manual style play, the Player's Handbook, and the DMG into one compilation. So instead of expecting everyone to buy 3 books, it's going to be a very thick 1 book.
Yeah.
50 to 450 pages.
350 to 400 pages, which is
Sounds about right.
about the size of the Deep Magic book that Cobalt Press has. Big. So we're really, really excited, and we hope that you are too, as much as we are. I want to thank my players tonight. We'll go around the table. Each of us you'll tell me what you enjoyed about, or who you are, and what you enjoyed about tonight's session. Why don't we start with Ian?
Once again, I'm Ian Wood, co-host for Crit Academy, and I was playing the role of White Dragon. Fighter, trained.
Nice.
What'd you like?
Combat have got interesting, even if our dice rolls were not in our favor, which definitely contributed to that.
Yeah.
And for clarification, that style of play I always try to include for one person in this group, or in any of my groups. Right, Ian?
Yep.
Were you satisfied with it?
Was.
A man, a few words. Matthew.
Hi, my name is Matthew, and I have played Chimera, the freak accident shapeshifter. I really like this session because I had no idea where this was going. So the dark situation was just a precaution in case things got really bad.
Yep. I really like that we were able to bring your character's backstory of the whole spy shtick,
you're
and your
scratching the surface,
connections.
bro.
Yeah, I know, right? And bring that into it, and it really also. I'll finish up with you guys before I say what I like, because I don't know. I realize I never say what I like. How about Seth? Why don't you go next?
Yeah, so Seth played Elwyn Ward, aka Stella Nova, the genius with an exosuit. And so there were quite a few things that I really liked. I liked that even though I didn't, my dice rolls were absolutely terrible, when my character was asleep, we still had something to do and pulled some of that backstory out. I think really cool, both on my end and on Ravus's end. But I also really like, oh my gosh, how everything narratively tied up there at the end as far as the trust component. Oh my gosh, that was so good. Yeah.
Can I just say that has been a key to the plan since the beginning? I didn't just come up with that because I wanted it to be about that, because that's the core, the basics of building a team is trust. And for these two to fight about it at the door was just too perfect. Like I was losing my mind. I'm like
You
inside.
decided to steal from me. What do you expect to happen?
Go. And hopefully it'll resolve itself.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a true comic book moment.
Yeah. So that was really good. So thank
It's like,
you.
what do you want from me? The man stole from me.
All right,
While
Austin.
invisible, no less. So hey guys, I'm Austin. I played Demon Cloak, or also known as Ravus Richter. Oh man. What do I... I did a lot of things this session, I feel like. Which was like flying over, setting things on fire, punching robots, yelling at other players, yelling at a guy who clearly had a thing that some military dude. That was a good time. I had a lot of good times this session. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Even though the rolls never were really in my favor.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
anybody. I think
today.
it was over. Like Steve kept saying in the chat, like that's not great today for you guys. But that's somehow it is,
Yeah.
and it also doesn't help that the DRT are strong. They are meant to fight against deviants. That makes it all the much worse. And in this world, I want it to be something that the characters actively avoid, not charge into, because the result will generally be the same. If it's not
Unless
these
someone
DRT,
reacted.
right? If it's not these DRT, it'll be another elite version of it, and that's something I want to be important. I want it to be not that these villains are super strong, but there's another roadblock, because they're not out to
Yeah.
kill you most of the time. It's a roadblock and something that generally needs to be avoided. That encourages the more of the stealth play and the persuasion and those sorts of things, if it's something you can't just outright just destroy. So
And then there's the added fact of what the group saw last session, or around near the end of it, that could add it to the fact of Chimera's fear of getting caught by the DRTs. He doesn't know what's going to happen if he gets arrested by the DRTs.
I don't
He
think any
fears,
of us does.
he fears the worst being a test subject in one of those lab tubes. That's one of his worst case scenarios of being caught by the DRTs. That's
Oh man,
why
I heard
he
that's what
acted.
happened to me. I was just caught by the DRT and just put into a tube. That'd be crazy.
Doing what?
I don't know. That's the whole thing.
Maybe that's part of your amnesia.
Yeah, who knows?
you guys are awesome. I do want to say Steve has created a new thing I think I want to carry forward in all of our actual plays. An audience award for best role play moment. Drum roll, please.
gosh.
Demon Cloak for so how's that shoe fit? By Austin.
I'll be honest with the audience. If I'm being honest with the audience, I had no idea with how to respond to circumstances like this. I've never had encounters like this in real life. Personally.
Well, I'd hope so. Robots
So-
aren't really a thing.
No, no,
he
not
means the arguing between
Oh,
me
okay.
and him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little hard considering that I'm role playing in an argument with my best friend here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, I think that's something that happens at a lot of tables where some people do confuse character emotion with player emotion. And that's something
I
that's
cannot
very
get the-
important.
Yeah, I have to remember.
don't-
I can't get the two mixed up because I
Yeah,
was
I
doing
don't
that.
ever mean harm. I promise.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do, but it's something that I have a bit of a conflict with. I need to work on mixing my personal attachments aside and just act out as the character would have, focus on that, and just worry about my personal connections with the player
Yeah.
later, like do it after stream or session.
Yeah, I know you've hated my guts for how many times as a DM your character's been dead. And it's never been my intent, but I felt that hostility come from you. I was like, dude, it's a game. In my mind, I'm like, get over it. But that's not uncommon. And that's actually why PvP is so frowned upon. Because it's easy to take those attacks personally. And so people start to fight outside the game. And that's why it's just best to avoid that. I like to play with adults, and so I try to make sure I surround myself with adults. And if it becomes too much of a problem, then my game isn't the game for you. But I don't think I've ever had a situation where it's gotten so bad that it's been like that. It just gets resolved in the game, and if it doesn't, then sorry, you can't be an adult. My game is certainly for adults. Period.
And
So.
I also want to acknowledge the fact that I've been in some games where there was like some arguments that were done in character, but it seemed like at times it got to
It
the point
kind
where
of bled
"Is this really in
over.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
So.
definitely had some tables like that as well, where that was definitely the situation. Also, Steve kind of brings up another good point where, yeah, it is a danger zone, but the reward is often worth the risk. It was a great story moment,
I agree.
which Apparently, everyone else liked it, so I was just
And that
kinda like,
happened in Descent into Avernus between your two characters too,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
you guys naturally play characters that are opposites.
Yeah.
do.
And it creates great
Whatever.
conflict. So
I think it was actually
I'd like to
between.
change that up sometime.
I think it was actually
One
was
day Matt's
between
gonna be like, oh, sorry,
mine and
go ahead.
Matt's character at one point too.
yeah. Yep. So, all right, I think that's what we'll call it for tonight. If you like this show or you're interested in checking out our podcast or our live stream, we are the hosts of the Crit Academy Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Every week we talk Dungeons & Dragons, because why the hell not? This Sunday we're talking all about the Foundry mechanic, Foundry virtual tabletop system that we just were playing with earlier. I'm going to hopefully get better at that, and we'll use it a little more. Like I said, I won't convert to using it all the time, but I do like it as a good platform for including these more strategic level combats, which I usually like to do for like my boss or big story moments. So
Yeah.
you can check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/c/Crit Academy. Follow us on Facebook, social media, Twitter, all of it at Facebook or at Crit Academy. We're also on TikTok. Every day I release 1-minute videos. Come and check me out.
And post that on the YouTube channel as a story.
I do, yeah. You can follow our 1-minute Dungeon Master or 1-minute D&D tips. So, all right, with that, I think we'll end it. Keep your blades sharp and spells prepared, heroes. Goodbye.